I am here. I think Nightkind still needs to click on, but... Yep. So yeah. It has been... give her a sec. It has been a day of much deadlines. Many things due. And you're in.
Urine. It's all urine, pee-pee.
I mean, I'm sure we can vary it up.
Check. This thing on.
Totally is.
Yay.
So it's a day of MMOs. Made a title that is very, making fun of how MMOs work.
It's an MMO.
Our other jobs.
When you're standing on the street corner begging for money so you can pay your fees for your MMO.
Dude, I've got like a 5 dungeon a day habit. Which there are ways around. I mean, each of us has... Well, I mean, in WoW it's the token. In EVE Online, I know they just let you pay with ISK.
What's ISK?
And ISK is EVE Online's where I was paying for a WoW token with gold. There we went.
Okay.
There is no such thing yet in FF, although maybe there should be. It's one of the few things I wouldn't mind is, hey, let me just give away my gil for game time. And it would put all those annoying gold farmers out of business, or gil farmers. I craft armor, so there's that. I'll buy materials, but sometimes I'll just like, no, I don't feel like buying this, I'm gonna go get it.
Is he shy? That's okay. I'm shy to be here, so we're all even.
Yay! And Argus cannot hear you. And I have the channel muted at the moment, or the YouTube channel muted, just so I don't echo. While we wait... Nightkind, when did you... Oh. I was going to say, when did you first start playing WoW?
Who was that directed to, Rasclin?
Towards you.
Jeez. When did
Yeah.
I first start playing WoW? I was just a small child with a stone tablet. When did I first start playing? It was actually a really long time ago, and I was introduced to it by my then boyfriend, who would literally play like all weekend long. He would buy his 6 days of Jack in the Box, excuse me, and a 12-pack of Bud Light, and he would just play and play and play. And then he introduced me to it, and next thing you know, I'm buying my 6 days of Jack in the Box and my 12-pack of Bud Light, and I would play for like 8 hours, and yeah, I was hooked. I was really hooked. So
I think we all played a lot when it first came out, or when we were first exposed.
Okay, so I'm gonna try this again. Because if it turns out I just did all that intro and everything for absolutely nothing because I was muted this entire time.
Okay, you were. So why can we hear you?
Oh, it's the OBS thing. You're hearing me in Discord directly, but OBS is not capturing my mic.
Because I've muted all background stuff because I didn't want to do the echo. So yeah, all right. And I got in December. Yeah, okay, you're on a lower volume. I got in on December of 2004, so I just barely made the 2004 cut. A few weeks after my friends got in. Most of these people I knew from Vampire LARP or the Goth community. When I first signed up on the 6-month recurring subscription because I knew that I was either going to love it or I was going to hate it. And the first 30 days were free. So I figured, okay, what the hell. And it turned out I loved it and I kept with it. And I've been on, as of this coming December, it will have been 20 years. As of a year and a half ago, my character has been old enough to smoke. For 3.5 years, my character has been old enough to drive.
So, Rasclin, now you're buying 6 days worth of Jack in the Box and a 12-pack of Bud Light.
If by that you mean cooking 6 days worth of bizarre foods no one else will eat and brewing a whole bunch of tea, damn Skippy.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack in the Box is not my kink, and neither is Bud Light. So, but yeah, that's how addictive MMOs can be. You just get on and play and play and play.
Yep. And not to go off on too much of a tangent, but I can't remember the last time I saw a Jack in the Box. I have to go southeast of here to see them.
Okay, we have.
Why would you travel to go see Jack in the Box?
I don't know how my volume is now. I just muted the stream again. Damn it.
And there's a lot of chains we don't have out here in the Midwest. We don't have Whataburger. You have to go way south of here to find Crystal. And I don't go to most of these. We have Arby's and we have Hardee's. We have Long John Silver.
It's all gross.
It really is. Yeah, I started giving up fast food a long time ago, gradually, and being pescatarian really restricted what I was eating. And now that I'm vegan, guess which fast food place, if I go to one at all, I stop by the most often?
I don't know. Thrill us.
It's actually a toss-up between Arby's and Taco Bell, both of which have a surprising amount of vegan stuff.
What?
I cannot believe you just used Taco Bell as a positive example.
I mean, it had to happen someday. Oh wow, that echo.
quiet as hell.
Yeah, but I can hear myself through your mic.
Well, that's because I have my phone up near my mic. I apologize.
Ah.
Feedback.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear my dogs losing their minds.
Would be the first time we've had dogs on stream.
True. Olive doesn't go in a barking fit, but we have had her on camera.
Sorry about that, you guys.
It's all good. We could barely hear them, actually.
Okay. I have to keep my windows, my door open. It's like a sauna in here. It's
Yeah.
89 degrees in my house, and thunderstorm just came through, so yeah. Holy humidity, Batman.
It's humid here, but my AC is so far kicking in. Reinstalled a year ago, so. But yeah,
So back to MMOs. So apparently everybody's buying 6 days worth of Jack in the Box and a 12-pack of Bud Light.
it's true.
Is that how long we play?
Hello.
Like 2-3 hours tops.
Yeah.
My WoW guild, my raid group at least.
Every time we think that we have everything on the stream figured out.
Okay.
My WoW 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. Well,
Yes.
aside from when we're playing together, I think that's actually most of my online Thursday nights.
When we play,
Yeah,
you
that's
and
when I
was-
play. And now I have a 70 Warlock as a result. And I've been trying to do a bit of a just to get through the story. But normally I'd have done one tonight, but Dawn Trail is still strong, and they haven't dropped the new maps with dungeons in them yet. Basically, you dig up the treasure, and it's got a portal instead of just treasure. Portal takes you to a sewer, or a special dungeon, or something along those lines. Or, in the case of the last expansion, it took you to a special, almost Disney-like amusement park on the moon. Run by rabbit people.
Nice. Okay. So when you're so do you have to like queue in a dungeon like you do?
Oh, there's
for
no queue. Basically, it was
Okay.
there.
Well, I've never
and-
been on Final Fantasy, so I shouldn't be saying a damn thing.
I mean, asking questions about it makes sense.
Okay.
And does it have raiding? Sure. Does it have dungeons? Sure. Although the dungeons are 4 men instead of the 5 men are used to with WoW.
Okay.
SOTOR, Star Wars The Old Republic, it uses the 4-man model for its dungeon. What else? I didn't play Rifts very long. I played Final Fantasy XI briefly before I played WoW. I have never played EverQuest. What else?
I've never played EverQuest, so
Yeah. And EverQuest has a sequel. And we've all been... There are the MMOs that don't come out. I was waiting for the World of Darkness Vampire the Masquerade MMO with bated breath. And everything for it got destroyed, cannibalized, supposedly turned into assets for EVE Online. And I don't know if they got it or not because I don't play EVE Online.
well, the only thing I play is WoW, so all y'all can talk about all your other MMOs, so
There are the minor ones, like if in Neverwinter Nights, I'm thinking this might carry into Baldur's Gate 3 now that I've been playing a bit of that. People would make persistent online worlds that you could log into using the multiplayer lobbies from that. As a result, back then you saw persistent world servers being run at all times, actual fees being done, DVDs full of software being mailed in so people could fully install what was effectively an almost free MMO. It was a strange time for the amateur MMO, and given that some MMOs are, falling behind on popularity, and then you've got the not exactly legal ones like Ascension WoW, I wonder if we're going to see a bit more of that stemming from the modding community for what are mostly single-player games with a bit of multiplayer attached to them.
well, like I said, that's on all y'all, because I don't know.
Don't make me talk about MMOs right now. The only MMO I'm playing is Fallout 76.
Which astounds me.
Look, I am a scrounger of opportunity. If it works, then I will take it.
I could see myself running an MMO, but the launch of Fallout 76 was more disastrous from what I saw than the initial 1.0 launch of FF14. I don't know what it would take to get me to get into it. Now that's a knowing laugh if I've ever heard one.
I know shit. I don't know what we're talking about, but I know shit.
Said you were playing Fallout 76.
Yeah?
Okay.
What does it have to do with what you just said?
Well, isn't Fallout 76 an MMO, effectively?
Oh no, it is absolutely an MMO.
Okay. And I was just saying I couldn't get into it because I just saw the reviews, I saw everything that happened at its launch, I was like, this sounds like a No Man's Sky level debacle.
I mean, I'll put it this way, I'm in the middle of a vault raid that I can't do because it's glitched to shit.
This is not a selling maneuver.
Also, I was, you can ask Argos now that he's on stream. I was sitting here last night, coming up with nuke curses. Because they give you the ability to launch nukes in this game, but getting to the console in order to launch the nuke is at least 17 side quests and 8 mob battles.
So like getting attuned for a 40-man raid back in vanilla.
No, I have to think of a really good analogy, and I'm just not thinking of it right now. Basically, I was running a one-man raid with no healing items, very little ammo, and then just room after room after room after room where there's like, hey, so you know those things that are gonna just one-shot you and that you absolutely hate? We're gonna throw 8 of them at you. For those of you familiar with Fallout, no, I do not like the fact that I had to face a room full of 3 Robo-Brains, 4 Assaultrons, which can cloak, 7 Protectrons, and then multiple turrets, while taking massive doses of radiation and having to fix pipes. On a timer.
So they decided to vary up just throwing death claws at you.
Basically, yeah. I actually don't find many Deathclaws in this game. Which sort of makes sense because this one takes place in Appalachia, and also because, as I currently see on my screen, they decided to come up with their own, let's just say fuck you monster, named the Scorch Beast. Scorch beasts are giant mutated bats which can fly, have sonic attacks which disorient you, also give you massive doses of radiation, like I'm taking 33 rads per second at the moment, and come with their own hordes. Because they didn't annoy you enough the first time. Basically, this game is like just constantly being in a battle with a Marlboro.
I am even less sold on ever trying it out.
It's just debuff after debuff and a rambling storyline that takes place over 7 different MSQs all at once, none of which are in order. And it's a good thing I'm not trying to sell you the game, otherwise, yeah, I would be failing.
Now, if anything was going to drag me away from WoW or FF, it would be my time over in SWTOR. Okay, assuming that MMO for Vampire the Masquerade never comes out, and even if it did, that one probably would have issues. I loved SWTOR and still kind of do because it's a wonderful single-player game. Okay, let's rephrase it. It's 8 single-player games cleverly disguised as an MMO.
Fair.
And I do love, I did love, I haven't logged on in forever, not since a little after the pandemic, getting on my Sith Warrior or my Republic Trooper, and just, being able to advance the story, being able to make actual dialogue choices, because the thing kind of played like a Dragon's Age or Neverwinter Nights game. Some, I think, would say Mass Effect, but I haven't really done much in the way of Mass Effect.
I'm just waiting on Argos to say hello.
Hello.
We have audio! But I admit, I liked my Sith Warrior so much, I imported him into my D&D game that I'm in. Where, truth be told, every character in that game, and we all have like 2 to 4 characters, is someone I've played in an MMO. So my Red Mage from Final Fantasy is also there.
Oh no, not the flamboyant one.
I mean, considering the outfits I have for each of his classes, since for those of you who have not played FF14, you have all your classes on one character, potentially. And you just switch between which classes you want to use at a given moment. Like, I'm usually Red Mage for anything combat-based. So
think I find it humorous when all you have to do is change outfits to become a different class.
yep, technically it's change your weapon, and I have different glamours, basically transmog sets, keyed into each class. So if I become a Dark Knight, I've suddenly got a biker jacket and stuff on, and I'm wielding a giant claymore. If I'm Red Mage, it's a rapier, and then a whole giant Count of Monte Cristo get up, dyed in purple.
I wish he was kidding about all this, but he's not.
You've
No,
seen my
he's not.
outfits. You've both seen my outfits.
So it's like some chick running into her closet. What do I wear tonight? Does this make me look fat?
It's just Sailor Moon. That's all it is.
Considering our time is in goth clubs. Oh gods, especially my time cross-dressing for a brief moment, yeah, I had a lot of outfits.
See, we just need to get you a mod that gives you the Sailor Moon makeup.
That it hasn't happened yet when we already have Sentai in-game.
And that's saying a lot.
For those of you out there who don't know, Sentai are basically things like the Power Rangers or Voltron. And they made a homebrewed version of that in FF, like 2 expansions ago. Special emotes and outfits included.
So if they have Sentai, do they have furries yet?
Would you like to speak to that, Caden?
I was about to say, they baked that into the game. One of the starting classes was Makote, which is just a cat girl. And then when that wasn't enough, then they gave us the Row, which technically aren't furry, but then we got the Hrothgar.
And the Hrothgar are one thing, but I think we need to get into the simple fact of the Viera.
Yes, we got the Viera because everybody wanted the Bunny Boys. Which I
Bunny
find
girls were available first.
Yeah, I know, I find it hilarious. We wanted the Bunny Boys, but they're like, no, the Viera were introduced as women, so we're gonna introduce them as women. Everyone's like, but I want the Bunny Boy. I already have cat girls. I don't need a bunny girl.
I'm basically playing my damn Night Elf, but in FF instead of WoW. They're both purple skin, purple hair. The WoW one's eyes glow yellow.
Is it a Night Elf Mohawk?
Wait, is there a Mohawk available in FF? There is in WoW. And we can thank Mr. T for that.
But they don't have a shit ton of gold chains hanging around their neck.
No, that's a dungeon drop.
Am I still cutting out?
Can't hear it.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it got better. It's basically if I'm running too much crap in the background while I'm streaming, it'll start cutting out. So I just shut everything down while we're doing this.
Sorry to be a pain in the butt.
Oh, it's not you. I've been trying to get into this gig for 7 years now.
And I need to double check. If he's tuning in, which I know he might not be because he's with family, Olav, maybe you should show up tomorrow night for the radio. But then I remember, oh crap, the Street Fest is still going on, so you'd have to get there early and get through security. Which right now, I have a lanyard given to me by the city, so I can get through security quickly. And I'm just
Does
like,
it make you special, Rasclin, that you have this little lanyard with your little badge? Should I ask for your autograph now?
I have people giving me funny looks when I go through. They think, well,
Rad.
they go, the stage is right over there. I was like, that's great. That's not where I'm going. And I go into this little building, and people are like, wait, what is he doing? Where's that guy? If he's a DJ, why is he going in there? It's like they don't know that there's a radio station right next to the video game store.
I mean, where else would you put it?
I mean, it's a match made in heaven.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, Live Action actually is a sponsor, or underwriter, I should say, of WEFT, so every so often I read Adrian's stuff on the air.
He says on a show that has no idea who Adrian is.
Yeah, Adrian is a guy from Australia. He lives here in my city in Illinois, and he runs a video game shop called Live Action Games.
I was just going to ask, who is Adrian? So thank you for that information.
We have a lot of people from Australia who come through Champaign, now that I think about it.
Why would they go to Champaign?
Well, one came here to do his damnedest to save the Midwest Prairie. And the other ran a video game shop, and still does. And there's more, but most of them are just in and out, usually through the university.
So why save the Midwest Prairie? I've never been out there, so this is like an honest question.
We have a lot of things like wild prairie grass, and we also have the problems that come with that, like prairie fires.
Okay.
And plus, there's the usual conservation efforts to fight back against people just wrecking the place. Like, to put it in perspective, I find crap that people toss on my lawn all the time. I can only imagine what they're doing to the local state and national parks.
But are those locals or tourists?
Good question. And I'm not truly sure.
Well, from someone who actually lived right smack dab in the center of Tourist Central, I can understand how they would totally destroy a city.
Yeah.
Or a prairie, in this case.
Yes. I lived in similar, but not quite the same circumstances. I lived a few blocks north of Busch Gardens when I was in Tampa. And that is a strange way to build around a major attraction.
Is that kind of like all the houses that are built around Disneyland? Or vice versa, when Disneyland popped into the middle of suburbia?
Worse. I've been there once, and I already know, yeah, that's some really bad construction.
Yeah, Tampa is badly planned out in general, even if you take Busch Gardens out of the equation. But Busch Gardens is basically right next to the USF campus. And so I was, effectively living in what was not student housing, but the apartments that surround a college campus. And I'll admit I did to get away from winters.
Don't even talk to me about winter. I don't want to hear it.
I was about to say, some of us have actual winters.
Nasty, nasty little thing.
Nasty howling thing.
Hey, Howling is good on this show.
I mean, yes. We wish the void would take the ice and snow.
I'm sorry, did we get a smart-ass comment from Argos there?
Is a wooing a smart-ass comment?
I don't know. Did I give you permission to woo?
No, but you said howling is good.
This is true.
I say, oh, anyway, just do it. Because, I'm special on this show, so everybody needs my permission. No, I'm not. I'm a nobody. I have a face for radio. Nothing, zilch, nada. So, just for the record.
She's gorgeous.
I mean, she certainly can't look any worse than I do.
I didn't know this was a contest, so... Yeah.
Whereas I look like Weird Al had his way with Hugh Laurie, or vice versa, and 9 months later I popped out of an accordion.
Oh, good. A sex conversation. Yay!
I was about to say, remember when I told you don't be nervous because we never stick to topic for long?
True.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that self-depreciation is kind of our hobby.
Okay.
It's true. Self-depreciation and absolute hellishly evil D&D campaign ideas.
Yes.
I'm on board.
Only I wish mine had worked on your group.
Look, that group was kind of anyways. Like, Argos is the only player I'd invite back. So, we just need to find a group that can appreciate the, I don't know the word I want.
What are you talking about?
So the, campaign that you were running, Badlands and Bake Sales,
Oh, that.
we overhauled the entire storyline. Like, from start
Yeah, I
to
remember.
finish. Yeah. And we just never got to implement the new one because by the time we were ready to, everybody had just kind of trailed off in the first place. So
Everything I was hearing gave me the impression that this is the group that would turn a Vampire the Masquerade game into a dungeon run somehow. Is that incorrect?
I don't know. I think they were lazy enough that they would find a way to make it a dungeon run and then find a way to subvert the dungeon. I mean, they
Okay,
told me
all
they
I
wanted
hear are
Mhm.
all I hear are vampires and dungeons. So I should probably back away from this.
I mean, this group told me they wanted to interrogate a guy, so I gave them a guy to interrogate. And then their version of interrogation was cutting off his nipples. And I was like, okay, whatever happened to, well, I don't know, beating the shit out of the guy and threatening his cousin Vinny?
Just good old-fashioned persuasion.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Also, remember how I just mentioned that I was doing a run in 76 last night that was making me invent new curse words?
Yes.
I'm currently doing that run again.
Are you going to share these curse words?
If I come up with new ones.
I mean, the classic ones are like, Bob Saget! But
Oh, no. We need worse than Bob Saget. We're in Bill Cosby levels of fuckery.
Oh.
this is where the words, the recipes on the box have never been more poignant.
Oh.
You know what? It's this show. We are not as, what is the word? I wouldn't say tame. We're not as restrained as we are on Pirates. So
How are we restrained on pirates?
We have restraint sometimes.
Do we?
Because what I would never say on Pirates is, yeah, Bill Cosby gave a whole new meaning to the phrase pudding pop.
Oh. Okay, I gotta go. My time here is up. Thanks.
I want to say we've done worse on pirates. I want to.
But we haven't.
Well, I think we have, but it was because it was game night and something came up in Quidditch or something.
That's true. We do normally get a lot less restrained on game nights. I'll give you that.
Or fibbage. I mean, I can't... How many times have we overused horse cum? I don't know, but that horse is probably milk dry.
Look, I never used it.
As Nightkind gasps in disbelief.
Here, I'll hand you some pearls to clutch, and we'll get a photo.
Can you hear the, what is the word? Can you hear the conviction? I'm so convinced that I actually believe that you're in disbelief right now.
Do I have to put the little quotes or the asterisks in around sarcasm? Do I have to do that now?
We just assume everything said on this channel is sarcasm.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel so at home.
So what are the MMOs each of us has played in total? Nightkind, you've just played WoW, right?
I've played WoW for the 3rd time in my life.
Okay.
I actually set up a tune, played it, got to know the class, got to know a lot of things. Evidently, what I know is 1/32nd of what I should know, which means I don't know shit.
That just means, you've gone off and learned worthless things like practical life skills.
How to bake bread.
How to hang
how to gather
drywall.
flowers. How to what?
How to hang drywall.
Is that a euphemism?
You don't do that. No, actually, I had a business. I had a handyman business, and I can hang drywall.
So I used to be able to hang drywall. I learned when I was like 5.
Oh, honey, the things I can teach you. Drywall, tile setter, house painter supreme, shit like that. But, you take somebody with, a blue collar worker, throw them into WoW, and all of a sudden, I don't know how to run around and pick flowers. Seriously.
You have been doing very well on the rogue lately.
What's that, Rasclin?
I said you have been doing very well on the rogue lately.
I do love my rogue. I do. I was just playing my rogue this afternoon. So yes.
And I may not.
Question: are rogues just the easiest class to roleplay?
I don't know, because there's hunter.
This is true.
And I think the hunter might be an easier class to play because they're ranged. And so that way you can stand back just a little, and like when a rogue is in the mash of, trying to kill a mob, and like personally I can't see where my tune is when we're all trying to kill shit. But as a hunter, you can stand back because you're ranged, and you can just do your DPS right there and not be in this mash of tunes. So that's the downside of being a rogue. Personally, that's my personal thought. And this is coming from a noob. I don't know shit about nothing, so that's just coming from a newbie point of view.
It can be pretty easy to nab aggro on a rogue, I've found, and I finally have a 70 rogue now.
Well, I think what I mean is mechanically rogues can be confusing, but when it comes to the actual interaction, dialogue, and actual roleplay of it, I think rogues are just one of the easiest classes because all it is just be the bastard that you always wanted to be.
My last rogue I played in a D&D game was a homeless locksmith.
See?
I was literally crashing.
Insurance on the side.
No, that was my Roman Catholic mind flayer.
My bad. I'm sorry.
I don't have normal character concepts. I don't think I can do them, but... Alright, Nightkind has played WoW. I have played Final Fantasy XI, WoW, Star Wars The Old Republic. I technically tried Rifts. And of course, Final Fantasy XIV Online. So, Caden?
Let's see. I've played. Are we counting RuneScape as an MMO?
I would at this point, yes.
I played old school RuneScape. I played Final Fantasy XIV, Fallout 76. I've played. I never got into Warcraft. I did get into Gaia Online because that was the thing when I was growing up.
Okay.
And many, many more that I actually can't think of at the moment just because of the fact that it's been so long. Okay, so now I have the choice. If I leave the turrets on, I currently have them set to where their targeting system is fucked and they will destroy everything. But that also includes me. But if I turn the turrets off, that means the unstoppable horde of robots is going to be on my ass while I try to fix pipes like Mario.
Why are you playing this game? You sound like my friend Bill. You sound like my friend Bill trying to sell me on EVE Online, but he opens up with, "You should never play this game. Come play this game with me."
Why am I playing this game? Because I would be playing Final Fantasy XIV if I wasn't currently running a 2014 fucking tough book.
Point. Please
So
tell me you are.
Argos,
Well,
what are you a gamer, or you just need
Yes.
to give us silent shit? So what?
you can have both. I am both the gamer and the silent shit.
Well done, bravo.
I mean, if I'm going to answer the previous question, I mean, I literally look up MMO games, like on Google, and I look at the list here. I've played probably like 90% of them.
That
At some
is
point or another.
impressive and frightening all at once.
So Argos, what do you have to say about MMOs?
They all suck.
Accurate.
Okay,
Bravo!
this way, Argos and me, when it comes to this, we are the classic carry and oh my god, you're useless combo. I'm the useless one, and I long ago have just come to terms with that.
Only in Warframe.
No, not only in Warframe. In Warframe I got better. I'm semi-useful now. But you were my scholar in 14, and you can absolutely attest to how bad I was.
I mean, is it even really a fair comparison when most of the reason that you were doing poorly was because you were lagging?
True. And then I got my monk unfucked, so you know that helped.
It's always nice when you can unfuck yourself.
I
Quiet.
mean, it was that I didn't have a good combo, but then I just got the I got both the DP, or not the DPS, the AoE combo and the one-on-one combos settled. So yeah, it basically became pretty much unstoppable.
Okay, so here's a complete newbie comment that some of the spells that I have as a rogue are AoE. And I'm like, hey, that's an AoE spell. And I'm all thrilled with myself, patting myself on the back. Noob. Yes, I'm a noob. I admit it. Total noob.
What gets me is
Now
I
that
don't. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, just now that I'm like really figuring out all of my spells. And yeah, Rasclin, you were like, okay, AoE, this, that, and the other. And then I'm really looking at my spells, how to put them on my hotbar, my action bar, and then figure out my hotkeys. See, I can't even say hotbar and action keys right. I need help. I
mean, things transfer over. I mean, I go over to FF14 and I say transmog instead of glamour.
See, it's all intertwined. This is what happens when you play MMOs.
But then I started coming back to WoW, and I say market board instead of auction house.
I've never heard you say that. I have never heard you say that, so you're safe. Okay.
Yeah, but we don't go to the auction house often. This is mostly with the raiding group.
Fine, you just love the raiding group more than you do me.
They appreciate me for my body.
I like that it sounded more like a laugh than a cry.
I
Oh
like
my
the fact that
goodness.
he's implying that he wants to be known more for his body than for actual affection.
Time to get out the purple body paint.
I was like, do we need to set up a therapist chair and discuss this, Raz?
Are you wanting to
Right?
make a therapist retire?
Yeah, questioning his choice of income. Yeah. So there isn't much crossover between FF4 and WoW. I mean, obviously, if they're using different terminology for basically the same thing, are they trying to really be their own entity? I mean, obviously they are. I've seen the graphics. I've seen the difference, but I mean, yeah, they can't use the same. Well, we're going to go to the auction house on Final Fantasy IV. So they're all MMOs. So somebody interrupt me, please.
Oh no,
No.
I'm waiting to see where this goes.
Evidently nowhere.
It's the community,
Stop laughing.
basically. The community is the one that's making the crossover, and to be fair, when they were unfucking Final Fantasy XIV from its first disastrous launch, they were playing a lot of WoW, the Japanese development team, I mean. Led by Yoshi P and company.
So they're basically, what I hear, Rasclin, is that they're following the same thread,
Mm-hmm.
but making that offshoot like, well, we have a bazaar too, but we have to call it something else. So, am I right on that, or should I just shut up?
It's...
You can tell me to shut up. You're not going to hurt my feelings.
I'm not going to tell you to...
Feeling.
No, I'm going to say a lot of this has to do with what we call the refugee movement.
Ah, yes.
So, the last two expansions for WoW were so bad. How bad were they?
Said everybody.
Tumbleweed rolls past.
The crickets have
I-
got their job back.
I feel like I've done the perfect setup for a punchline. I have no punchline, but basically you have a whole lot of WoW people coming to FF and bring a lot of WoW culture with them.
So that's a little bit of crossover, says
Right.
the girl who's never played Final Fantasy.
Right, it's fan-based crossover. It's like when
Okay.
a lot of D&D players first found Vampire the Masquerade and they walked over from there. And while you wouldn't think there were a lot of similarities, there were enough that some terminology went back and forth.
It's also the fact that the WoW players didn't understand the platform or the system, and whined and bitched until they got something that they were a little more used to. Which pissed off the Final Fantasy players, because now we're sitting here going, if I wanted to play WoW, I would have just signed up for fucking WoW.
See, I haven't seen it change that much. I came over to FF during Heaven's Word, which, oh god, so what expansion was WoW on at the time? Probably late Draenor, early Legion. For those of you in the audience, Warlords of Draenor was, until recently, considered the worst WoW expansion ever. And then Shadowlands came out.
And the crazy thing is that when I first got on many, many moons ago, I remember Lords of Draenor.
It released in 2014. It did not do
Okay, no.
well.
Why are there so many Assaultrons? Fuck
Oh,
off
wait a
with
minute.
your
And
destiny.
I'm sorry, Caden. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, I'm complaining now. You can interrupt as much as you like.
Quit your bitching. Come on.
And just like I have the years of all the major breakthroughs in tabletop RPGs burned into my skull for all time, I also have the major release dates for all the WoW expansions. At least roughly, it's burned into said skull.
Rasclin,
Yes?
get out more often. Leave the computer and get out more often.
Okay, I'm hanging out that way.
So, do they still spawn the undead tune at Tirisfal Glades?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
It spawns a little small crypt, and you exit the crypt, and you're in a small undead town.
Okay.
And
really-
all it's missing is Pepperidge Farm background commercial, and do you remember when you were alive? Azeroth Farm remembers.
Yeah, I was going to say Pepperidge Farm remembers. So, okay. So I'm not
incredibly
that
disappointed.
far off. Sorry, Caden.
Oh, I was just saying, I'm incredibly disappointed. It turns out that all of that hell that I was putting myself through last night was simply because the quest was glitched. It was so much easier now.
Why are you playing?
Why do I play
Why?
14?
Because you might actually enjoy it, and you get caught up in the endless fashion show, and you actually know people through it.
Not true. I met you through Olaf before I met you through 14.
True. I'm not denying that, but you know other people through 14.
Nobody that I like talking to.
Wow,
Oh,
damn.
Burn! Burn! Ah! Burn.
Would you like a scholar to treat that burn?
Like, everybody I like talking to in 14 are people who I knew outside of 14.
I remember I was briefly trying to talk Olav into joining 14 just to try it out, but it is admittedly very cinematic heavy. And voice actor heavy, not as heavy as Star Wars The Old Republic is for voice acting, but still pretty heavy.
I don't know if he'd have a problem with the cinematics, per se. I think his would be the incredible amount of grind. And, like, considering some of the things he's played, that's saying a lot.
Honestly, I've never seen FF as grind heavy unless you want to do a very specific thing. And leveling is not that thing. Now, WoW, on the other hand...
Leveling, no, not if you do it the proper way, which I never do. But, you know, if you want to say, oh, I don't know, build a guild house.
Okay, these are one of the two true end games of Final Fantasy XIV. Fashion and housing.
Okay, Barbie.
Well, yeah.
Barbie wishes
what-
she had the houses we do.
One of my friends on my server, her name is Buffy Highwind. And, oh gods, the amount of effort just so she could have a guild house, or an FC house, she put together an FC. And it worked.
To be fair,
Okay,
I
for
only have
those
an
of us
FC
who don't
because,
know-
I needed the storage space. It's the only reason
What's
I
an
have a free company.
FC?
A free company
what's
is your guild.
Okay.
And
in
free
order-
companies can have their own housing.
It just costs you, 3 million gil minimum?
I mean, compared to the size of a large plot,
True, especially on certain servers.
I paid 50 million gil for my my lot on Gilgamesh server. I'm over in the Imperium in Ishgard. So for those of you out there, I'm in the very gothic, archaic-looking Elven Kingdom where it's always cold.
I was about to say, for those of you who are not into the Final Fantasy scene, what he's saying is, he's freezing his skinny ass off for the aesthetic.
Well, they wouldn't give us... I honestly would have taken an industrial wasteland Garlemald as a place to build up. I kind of would have preferred that, but Ishgard's the best I've got for now. I was like, I wanted industrial. I settled for Gothic.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here in an apartment in the middle of the desert.
Yes, you're in Olda. You're in the Goblet.
It only cost me a one-time rent of 5,000.
Yep. Technically, that's more like a condominium.
Condoms? What?
Yeah, I was about to
Did
say,
I
I don't
miss
know if
something?
it's like a condom.
Is
Did
it
I
full of
miss something?
holes?
No.
I did
No.
say...
Sorry. Holes.
Oh, well.
Oh, did I just cross the line? My apologies.
No, you
Seriously.
crossed a hole.
Do we need
Okay.
a stream code for it just got weirdly sexual?
Only if I start uploading photos.
Well,
Right, so now.
the investigation will be starting soon.
Right. If there's men in black knocking on your door, don't answer it.
Look, FF14 is crossovers. I'm just saying we need to cross this channel over with my OnlyFans and... Okay. Fun fact, I
I'm
do
gonna
have
say
an
it right
old...
now. I'm sorry, but your OnlyFans, all I can think of is just you doing JoJo poses.
Well, now I have inspiration.
Goals.
My
Those
only...
goals, Rasclin.
Hashtag goals. But, yeah, my OnlyFans is literally just at this point me advertising the shit out of the radio show, out of Pirates, and now, tonight, on OnlyFans, we advertise the shit out of Howling into the Void.
Well, look, that's because you use OnlyFans as it was originally meant to be.
True.
Yeah.
Also FetLife.
Yeah.
Life.
I love using FetLife for everything except for what it was meant to be.
Porn belongs on Instagram, not FetLife.
I know at least 3 groups on FetLife that are just pure therapy, and I'm like, this is not the place.
Well, I'm not on any of those, so
There.
I have nothing to say.
Why?
I
Why
have
are
no
you?
input.
Why are you here, RoboBrain? Go away.
Oh boy, he's been surrounded again.
Oh no, I was surrounded by turrets. It was just after I got rid of the turrets, they're like, oh hey, there's a RoboBrain.
So, in WoW, my main is Priest. In FF, it's Red Mage. In SOTOR, it's Sith Juggernaut.
Is that the CPA?
CPA?
Certified Public Accountant? Work with me, Rasclin. Come on.
I'm sorry, I immediately quoted the producers.
Well, because Rasclin makes up these, like, lawyer 2.5 kids, you know, SUV in the driveway, golden retriever in the backyard, like these really mundane characters with these incredible powers that are, a priest or a shaman or something like that.
My
Don't
Red
you,
Mage is a blacksmith.
See?
But at the same
Not
time,
necessarily a CPA.
the rogue, who is a homeless locksmith,
See?
or the Mind Flayer Roman Catholic insurance agent.
Am I wrong?
Let's see here. The Zimiche Catholic priest from Montreal for a vampire game.
Goodness.
One
Oh
of
my
two
goodness.
Catholic priests I've played in a World of Darkness game. The other was in Changeling the Lost.
Ha! You're too big to get through a door. Get fucked.
I was in Changeling the Lost and played another character's fetch, and I was basically playing a retired fashion mogul. Well, retired model who'd become a fashion mogul.
Words are weird.
Birds aren't real, man.
Actually, they're not anymore. Did you not see that?
Oh gods, what are they claiming now?
No. The government finally did make drones out of pigeons.
So what the government now needs to do is admit that birds were never real, and all the conspiracy theorists will suddenly go full reverse and try to prove the existence of birds.
You'd say that, but they did declassify Area 51 and aliens, and that didn't stop them. Why is there another Assaultron? I just killed a sentry bot. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a fucking Deathclaw down here.
Argost, are birds real? No?
Give them a minute.
Okay.
Is this going to be like
I think they're real. What's that?
Is this going to be like the line from the young ones where the hippie Neil, he's in a fight for his life against a sentient sock. He's trying to beat it to death with a baseball bat. The Pratt character comes up, the one played by Rick Mayall, and says, "Well, that's very nice considering you're a vegetarian." Neil takes another swing at the sock and says, "Socks aren't vegetables, man. They should be wiped out."
I still want to meet a vegan who thinks that a species should be cold.
I mean, you could make that argument for a lot of us for one reason. A lot of us would phase out dairy cows because of the fact that they basically have to be milked to stay alive at this point. Wouldn't kill them, wouldn't slaughter them, would, allow them to age gracefully, but would stop breeding them altogether and just let them die of old age.
It'd be
With
easier just
no
to
next
humans.
generation. I mean, yeah. But, yeah, we could probably get rid of dairy cows in a generation.
No, there's too many people that eat ice cream
It's true.
and cheese.
And up until a year ago, when I went vegan, I have to admit I was drinking 2 to 3 gallons of skim milk a week.
Oh.
My poor lungs. They're recovering now. But for a while, I was like, why is my nose so stuffy? Oh yeah, my diet.
Milk is just bottled cow pus. Ugh.
It has
Obviously,
the power of lactose. But flashing back to when Dennis Miller was actually funny, and the number to call into his TV show on HBO was 1-800-LACTOSE. I swear, there was a
Right.
time the man was funny, and that time was the 90s. Because it sure wasn't the 80s.
Hey, what's wrong with the 80s?
I love the 80s, but Dennis Miller was not funny in them.
Was anybody actually funny in the 80s?
Night Court.
Was that actually funny, or was it the cocaine?
Yes
Okay.
and yes. I watched it as a child. I watched it as an adult. I've watched bits of the revival.
Oh, God. Rasclin, when you say you were, watching shit in the 80s and you were a child, by the grace of the gods, don't.
No. Think of what I was watching back then. The animated version of Teen Wolf on Saturday mornings.
Dude, I was watching Monster Mash, okay? Shall we talk about this?
Jabberjaw!
Oh, don't say. Why'd you have to make me think of it?
13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo!
Oh god, I hated Flim Flam. That was the one character I actually could... I couldn't stand him so bad that he made Scrappy look decent.
Hong Kong Phooey.
I
Oh,
like
oh.
Hong Kong Phooey.
Oh, yeah.
Blue Falcon and Dynamut.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm the Blue Falcon. We all get sad sometimes. No, I'm the Blue Falcon. Did anybody actually watch the Mystery Incorporated version of Scooby-Doo?
You mean where it was 2 dogs instead of... Oh, wait, no, that's the newer one, or 90s or newer.
It's the newer one. It's the one on Netflix. Before Velma ruined everything.
Oh, you mean the new Velma?
Yes.
I don't know where the hell they were going with that.
What, the new Velma?
Yeah.
They gave Mindy Kaling a show, and she goes, alright, it's gonna be all about me.
So, they did the opposite of She-Ra.
Yeah.
New She-Ra.
Yeah.
And I love New She-Ra. I love New She-Ra so much I wanted to get a He-Man spin-off. And I only wanted it to have a He-Man spin-off so I would see the She-Ra characters again. Look, let's face it, the only reason we were all watching She-Ra, at first at least, was the fact that right from the get-go we kept getting He-Man and Skeletor showing up. Like, literally, the first episode of old 80s She-Ra is He-Man and Skeletor both showing up to basically help She-Ra. He-Man because she's his sister, and Skeletor because he wants to fuck with Hordak.
No, the reason I bring it up is I was watching Mystery Incorporated, and they had an episode with all of those at the same time. So it was just an episode
I've
with
never seen a single episode, so I don't know.
They had Jabberjaw, Dune Buggy, the Funky Phantom, and what was the other one they had?
Ooh, Clue Club?
No. Oh, it was the original 60s Mystery Inc.
How about the 70s/60s version of Ghostbusters? You know, the one that had O'Rourke and Agarn from F Troop?
Oh, I wish. I was waiting for the Snorks to show up.
Oh, the Snorks! I remember them.
From
Do you
what?
remember-
How do you remember the Snorks?
They were on Saturday morning cartoon in the 80s. They were like aquatic Smurfs.
No, I know the Snorks.
Okay.
I'm just trying to place them in my personal timeline, which I just remember the Snorks, that's all.
Yep. I mean, it was Hanna-Barbera just being very prolific at the time, giving us things like the Smurfs.
They really liked the word "the."
I did see that clip recently where they had Scooby-Doo turn into a human. What was
No.
effectively body horror.
The best part is, Mystery Incorporated establishes that Scooby-Doo does actually speak, and there is a in-universe reason. And
Genetic
that's-
experimentation?
No. He is actually a descendant of the vessel of that universe's version of the Dread Cthulhu.
What?
Yeah.
Blink, blink, blink. What?
So, like, yes, in this universe there are Eldritch gods, and they have to take vessels in order to exist in our universe. and these vessels can speak. And if these vessels breed, then those descendants will have all of the same abilities of speech and human intelligence. And like, Scooby happens to be one of these descendants.
So what you're telling me is I can bait Cthulhu with the Scooby snack if it's big enough.
Basically, yes.
That is one hell of a thread. That is one hell of a thread.
This is Dragon Ball Z levels of logic here.
Well, I'm also telling you that if he ever managed to find a way to tap into his bloodline, Scooby can also cause intense madness and liquefy your brain from inside out.
I'm going
is
to
that
file
from
this.
the great spaghetti monster in the sky?
Touched by his noodly appendage.
I mean, is that where this all ties in? Is the great spaghetti monster? Because I think the spaghetti monster and Cthulhu are related somehow because tentacles. Oh.
Maybe? I swear, the whole, we've hit reach territory the second I heard Scoob Thulu.
Wait, does that mean that Shaggy's a prophet?
Thuli Thuli Doo!
Is that why he's so just strung out and has the munchies all the time? He's not actually stoned, he's dealing with the fact that his brain is slowly being shredded every time he looks at Scooby.
Possible.
Like, quoth the raven, nevermore, Scoob.
Oh, Jesus. I'm beginning to regret ever opening this Telegram group.
It's Telegram.
It's not so much as Telegram, it's that it's dramatic-ass furries.
Speaking of which, do you remember the news yesterday?
No, I don't
The
remember
furries,
anything.
the furries hacked into Project 2025. Is that what we're talking about?
Specifically, they
No.
got the Heritage Foundation, but yes.
Yes.
And the Heritage Foundation is basically behind Project 2025, so you could say that they went further. They penetrated deeper than merely 2025.
Please do not use the words furry, penetrate, and deep in the same sentence.
But they got those barbs in deep.
Coming
They
from a
did.
furry with a knot, do
Well,
not
yeah.
use the word fur and deep penetration.
You just used the phrase coming from a furry, so I think we're past this point.
With a knot.
Actually, the news report that I read, they were like, "Oh, they're gay furries." I'm like, well,
I'm sorry, are there
why?
straight
Why did you
furries?
guys have to go there?
I'm just saying, don't worry, I'm sold. You don't have to keep going.
Right? You had
They're
me at
gay
furries. hacking-
anarchist furries that were extremely liberal. Yes.
Please stop, I can only get so erect.
They're trying to push their agenda. Do they have mail catalogs? If you
As
had a
opposed to
Jehovah's
female
Witness
catalogs?
and a furry show up on your porch, which one are you more likely to open the door to?
I'm dragging them both in. This is going to be hilarious.
I'm going to offer both of them a soda. Yeah, I'm going to offer them a soda pop.
That was one of my funniest Rebel moments, but I'm the only one that found it funny because I'm the only one that actually knew what was going on. Was the day the Jehovah's Witness came up onto my porch and I decided to hear them out. And they started preaching about how they find caffeine to be evil as I'm sitting here drinking a large cup of coffee.
Okay, I got one for you. I had the Mormons show up on my door,
Mm-hmm.
and they took one look at me and just realized, yeah, this isn't going to work. Hey, have you seen Jim? It's like, yeah, dude, I lost track of Jim. Because one of my tenants, while I was out once, way back almost 20 years ago, was a Mormon elder. So the Mormons don't show up trying to convert me. They show up trying to figure out where the hell he is.
Did you kidnap our elder?
Let me see in your basement. I had
Oh
the
gods, I
Mormons.
would have. Go ahead.
What? I had the Mormons show up at my door, and of course I invite them in, and I did. I swear to the gods that I asked them if they wanted a cup of tea, and they just blew it off. So I'm like, come in, come in, come in. So I had a cat. They sat on the couch, and we're talking, and they're like, well, would you come to our church? And I'm like, absolutely. And I'll invite you to my church. Well, where's your church? In the forest. Oh, we can't go there. Oh, come on! I was going to go to your church. So, back to the cat and my couch. My cat peed on the couch, and they sat in it. Swear to the gods, that's a true story. I was kind of mortified, but yet not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Why were they so scared of the bloody forest?
Because that's not where their god exists.
Presumably, that god is everywhere, or at least so they say.
But I'm not going to get too deep into religion and politics, but they were not willing to come to me as far as they were more interested in me coming to them. Because, they can't do that. So I thought it was a rather humorous story that, yes, you can come to my church, please, I welcome you. But the minute I said, my church is the forest, geez, we can't do that. Time to go. So it's just, I found it rather interesting and humorous at the same time, because I was willing to play their game, to go to their church if they came to mine. Granted, they had to come sky-clad. And heaven forbid, oh, good gravy. So,
Everybody wins!
That is just incredible that we all have our own story of Jehovah's Witnesses, all the Mormons, and everything coming to our doors. And, how incredible is that?
These are our
I wish
lives.
that they sat on the couch with my cat peed. And the cat actually peed on the pillow, not on the couch, but there's the pillow. Now your pants are wet, and now you smell like a crazy cat lady. Take that to your next doorbell. That's my story.
Argost, are you alive?
Uh-oh. Argost? Hello?
I had a feeling you'd ask that question when I wasn't next to my microphone.
To be fair, it is like the third time we've asked.
Argost, do you have a Mormon to your door story?
I vaguely recall someone showing up. I don't remember the exchange very well because it basically was a singular sentence and then I left.
Well, make up something. We want to hear a story.
I mean, technically, them showing up and being like, would you like to hear about this thing that's in my hand, which is a bug? And being like, no thanks, and closing the door is technically a story.
There's
And they all
a,
live happily ever after.
there's a webcomic called Something Positive, somethingpositive.net. I highly recommend people read this one. It started well over 2 decades ago. And they had an episode where the protagonist answers the door. I can't remember if it was for Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses. And he's naked. He is completely skyclad. And the missionary in question goes, why? It says, because I was jerking off before you interrupted me. And the person at his door is going, but why? And the main character, Davin, goes, look, if you're just going to keep going that, I'm just going to go back to jerking off. But he doesn't walk away. He just keeps doing it in front of the guy.
Oh, jeez.
And it's heavily implied in the next strip.
My free time.
And it's heavily implied in the next episode that, yeah, a mess was made all over that man's pants.
Jeez.
To those of you who have ever read something positive, the man also was, tapped to do the new version of Popeye recently. So
That's just a different version of, this is my strong arm.
Heyo!
Wasn't spinach that gave me these muscles.
So, Nightcon, would you say your favorite class in WoW is still Rogue? Or is
Rogue
Evoker
and Hunter.
and Hunter? Okay.
Oh no, the Evoker. Oh my goodness. Let's talk about the Evoker.
Yes.
Yes, I love my Evoker. Absolutely.
So, for those of you out there who don't know, Evokers start at level 58 at the moment. The cap is 70. You can only have one per server, regardless of whether or not they are Alliance or Horde, and they can be either. They have dragon riding and, in general, flight built into the character, and they can only, at the moment, be one class. The Drakthir is the race, the Evoker is the class.
Huge fan. Huge fan. So I think one of the reasons why I'm such a huge fan is because if you're in a mob and there's an AoE, then all you have to do is like hit that glide button or hover, and that AoE has no effect on you. And you can still hit a spell, and while you're in hover, you're hitting that spell and you're still doing DPS. And to me, I think that's pretty amazing because you don't have all that, you're not suffering the effect from all that stuff on the floor. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. Kind of, sorta. Come on, humor me.
It makes sense, because it's a way to get out of that. Demon Hunter has a similar method. And
Oh, come on, I thought I was special. I'm not special?
it's like
No?
Chun-Li and Vega. Each one can leap off the walls. You'd think
Well,
Cammy
yeah,
could join them, but
Yeah,
Go
there's
ahead.
certain teams that have certain characters that do, or classes, excuse me, I'm sorry, that do have the, what do they call it, when you fall but you don't really take any damage, you just like float down.
yeah, mages can have slow fall, priests have levitate, demon hunters and evokers can glide. Polys just drop like a rock, but they hit bubble at the absolute last second and don't take any damage.
Okay. I'm sorry, everybody out there. I'm just like such a complete noob, especially to the Evoker, and how it came about being my favorite is only stuff that I know. And so as far as like any other class, I don't. So please forgive me.
My main is a Shadow Priest, but aside from that, probably Death Knight as a toss-up between Blood and Frost Spec. But I have been enjoying my Windwalker Monk.
Have
I'm
we
so
played that
very
one?
happy now. Oh, I was saying I'm so
What was
very
it?
happy I finally got to launch a nuke.
Nuclear launch detected.
He's in game right now. I feel left out. Maybe I should log on.
And I'm not in game yet, but I can be in a sec. And what were you saying, Nightkind? Was it about Monk?
Oh, that you haven't played that monk when we were online. Have you?
I mean,
No, you haven't.
I think I did once or twice when you were on your Horde tune.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, let me sign in real quick. See what's going on.
Is this how we're going to do this now?
Totally. or Olive could suddenly.
Okay, I can't play and have Discord on at the same time.
I'll just take a quick look at what's going on in game. At some point, maybe we channel a character creation so people can see all the options. There are arguably too many options. Well, there are too many races and classes, is more like it. It's not like Final Fantasy gives you a ton of face and appearance customization. Or I may just need to step away for a second, because the girl is going a little insane at the moment.
Uh-oh.
Yep, she's having
Figure
her
out.
moment. Yep, be right
Okay.
back.
I'm going to escape out of this because my little tiny laptop is such a POS that it can't handle too many things at once.
Yay, we have the same problem.
Well, Rasclin keeps threatening to build me a PC or a better laptop.
I wish I had someone
And-
who would do that.
Ask him, he might be. But my house is only 750 square feet. It's really tiny, so I don't have room for a desk for a desktop. So now I just have my little laptop with an ancient video card. My second upgrade.
You say as I'm currently rocking an Intel 4000.
Oh, honey, you might as well be talking Hebrew to me because I don't understand.
Okay, I'll say it again. Deb said it a few times on stream. My laptop was top of the line when it came out in 2015.
10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
It's a Panasonic Toughbook. It was meant for like law enforcement and military. So back then, yeah, those were like great specs. Now they are shit.
Have you upgraded it at all, or?
I can't upgrade it. It's all what do you call it? Integrated.
Okay, so done. Okay,
Pretty much, yeah.
okay. I pretty
Yay.
much had to disassemble my laptop, taking the back off. Rasclin wanted me to take out the battery and this, that, and the other. I'm like, dude, do not tell me to disassemble my laptop. It is the only thing that I have right now. I only have a tablet. It's either my phone or my laptop. And I am not playing World of Warcraft on my phone. So I kind of understand because I don't even remember when I bought my laptop. So. I don't know if that's why I suffer the lag that I do in game. It's just frustrating AF. That's all I know.
Oh hey, everybody showed up and decided to take advantage of the fact that I sent a nuke. This is great, considering it just froze me out of my console. There we go.
So what, are they riding on your coattails because of that?
Well, because it is, in fact, an MMO. It's basically, I launched a nuke into a public space, and now everybody and their mother can come fight this boss. And all I have to do is be in the area while the boss is being fought, and I'll still get credit.
Okay, I understand that.
It's more of me going, hey guys, you want to go kill a boss for me? And they're going, fuck yes we do.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. And you just stand back and what, not take any damage?
Oh no, I'm taking damage, especially because, again, I launched a nuke, so the entire area is irradiated.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, I'm at least firing a few signature shotgun shells into this beast's hide, which is doing absolute fuck all.
Okay.
So, I'm getting a participation trophy. Did I just say trophy?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Did you?
I think I did.
Where's that rewind button? Let's hit that.
Ooh, let me put the 3 rounds of 45 ammo I have into its ass. Maybe that'll help. And now I'm gonna equip a death tambourine, and I'm gonna hit it.
Remind me again what game you're in.
Fallout 76.
Okay.
Oh shit! I have a Gatling plasma. Hell, if I had known I had that.
Well, from what I know of a Gatling gun, and you have a Gatling plasma, it's pretty badass.
Yeah. I like how one of the mission hints is don't fall into trenches while running around.
Thank you, Captain. Who wrote that? Captain Obvious. I mean...
This is what happens when Bethesda takes over your game.
Okay. I don't know. I've never played it, but that sounds like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, well, it's been a contention with some of the fans. When the original team got kicked off, Bethesda took over, and they made it basically Skyrim in the radioactive wasteland.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm suffering from rattle hands. Oh, it couldn't be because I'm launching this giant Gatling gun, could it? Now, the one I will give them is they say don't fall into the fissure because it will instantly melt your flesh. That's a useful tip.
That is incredibly useful. Excuse me, my dogs are just going bananas right now. I have a cattle dog that if he hears a leaf fall in the next town, everybody has to know about it. On a very loud microphone. Everybody has to hear about it. So, I would love to keep my door, well, no, I'd love to keep my door open. But again, my cattle dog is like, yeah, everybody has to know everything that I have to say. So, I don't know if you guys heard that, but that's my cattle dog. So what other dystopian games are out there?
Well, that depends on what flavor you want.
Mad Max.
What was that?
Mad Max.
Well, there is a Mad Max game. I haven't played it myself, but I've heard things about it. Mostly, it exists.
Is that single player or MMO?
I think it's MMO.
Okay.
I know they put heavy emphasis on the fact that you can make the legendary V8 interceptor, but it's an in-game item that takes you pretty much your entire playtime.
Okay.
Past that, I don't know much about it, because like I said, I haven't played it myself. Our friend
Okay.
Olav has. And he's at a family function tonight.
Only no. Come on, you guys. Aussie. Only because that part of the dystopian future is my kink. And I would... I'm a Wasteland Weekend veteran. And if you know nothing about Wasteland Weekend, it's all I want to say Mad Max is their heavy, and then Fallout is their secondary. And you go out in the desert and you live that for 5 days. And you have to be in costume. You are not allowed beyond the Citadel walls if you are not in costume. Like one year, there was a chick dressed up as Maleficent, and we literally drug her to the camp that wastelanded her. So that's how much, this place is immersive. So, in fact, we even had Nathan Jones, the guy who played that guy. Oh my goodness, I can't think right now. But yeah, we have the actors that show up as the celebrity, go-to. But that's why I ask, is because yeah, I'm a huge Wasteland fan. And so you're gonna make me look this game up?
I'm looking at it right now myself.
Okay.
So, it is listed as a single-player game, but I think it's partially because it used to have online functionality, but they retired it 4 years ago. So you can't use the online feature anymore.
So, do you have to download the game for a single player?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not separate, it's just that the online functionality is basically turned off because the server doesn't exist that it would connect to. And that's partially what makes it so grindy, because apparently the resource that you use to make things was tied to the server, so you would passively accumulate it over time, but because the server doesn't exist, that's just 0. So you have to get it all through other methods, which it wasn't intended for, so it takes a lot longer and much more effort. And some achievements are locked behind the online features, so if you wanted to be a completionist on the game, you literally can't.
Well, that's a phooey.
Mm-hmm.
But conversely, is that also their way of keeping people tied into the game? If you have to spend more time making, your car or, whatever, is that not necessarily forcing, but really encouraging people to stay in game?
I mean, if it was strictly touted as an MMO, then I would say possibly, but considering that it seems more like a single-player game that had, online features as, a thing that they eventually gave up on, because they didn't want to maintain the server, there's not really too much of an incentive for them to do that. It's more like they had a system for there to be supplemental scrap that was tied to the online features, but they never did anything besides turn that off, so the economy that was completely built around that just doesn't really work. It's possible, it's just a lot worse.
Okay.
I don't remember dying this far out. What are you trying to tell me, game?
Gus, what am I looking up for that Wasteland game? What am I
It's
looking
just
up?
called Mad Max.
Okay. Okay, Mad Max game. I get Mad Max World TV.
Do you use Steam at all?
Me? No.
Alright.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Wait.
It's on my keyboard.
I'm still at character selection. I'm looking over all the characters I've ignored for a bit.
How dare you?
Well, they don't love you
children.
either.
My druid, alliance side, Worgen, is about 19 levels from max.
Steam. Okay. Oh God, yeah, I see what you mean by asking me if I was on Steam. That's where they're
Mhm.
showing it is steam powered. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still on Steam. Going to back out of WoW for a sec.
Oh yeah, there's this huge, and then they have the backdrop of Furiosa.
Mm-hmm.
On Steam powered?
I'm
You're
just
talking
on
about
Mad
Mad
Max
Max.
Wiki.
Ah,
Yeah. And I'm looking at the Anya Taylor, the actress that plays Furiosa, and I'm like, she is way too pretty to be Furiosa. But Charlize Theron, she's also way too pretty. So, wondering where this. Because Charlize Theron is she's more. I don't know. I want to say like harsh,
Gritty.
more guttural. She's I'm a huge fan. She's absolutely gorgeous. But I feel like she got into her character more. But in all fairness, I have not seen Furiosa, so I do not have a platform. I really don't. I'm just looking at the actress's face here on the Mad Max wiki. So
I also
Yeah.
have not seen Furiosa, but I just saw they wanted Anna Taylor-Joy, and I was like, I don't know if that's a good choice. It's certainly a choice.
yeah.
Indeed.
Oh, I had a friend tell me this morning. She's like, you need to see it because evidently everything ties together. And being such a huge fan of that whole entire franchise, I need to see it to see if everything ties together. I just want to see if this game still exists so I can try and play it.
It still exists.
Oh gosh, I don't need Steam to play this, do I?
Well, I suppose. I don't actually think.
Are we talking the Mad
I'll
Max
figure
game
it
on
out.
Steam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw Olaf playing that.
I mean, even if you didn't use Steam, you would have to get it from somewhere else.
We're talking the one that was released in 2015, right?
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Okay.
And that's what I found on the wiki. So I'll just go down that rabbit hole and see what happens.
Warner Brothers Games, the people currently managing Mortal Kombat. Now, since 2015, managing Mad Max games.
Mm.
And I know nothing about Mortal Kombat, so
Do you know the theme song?
all I know is the Pac-Man theme song. So
Oh.
Close enough. Do
We
you
kept
know
hearing.
how to scream the words Mortal Kombat at the top of your lungs while hitting somebody over the head with a 2x4?
I research this and go out and do it, or am I going to get into a lot of trouble?
No, that's basically how you start the Mortal Kombat theme song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun. So many remixes. It's no longer functional online as of October 31st, 2020.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying.
Well, it sounded like it
Imagine,
could have been an incredibly good thing, but they dropped the ball.
I wouldn't say it was necessarily a good thing. Like, what they could have done when they were retiring the server was just supplement, the scrap to begin the game as opposed to tied to the online service you can never access again.
Okay.
I'm sure the modding community's had some fun in those last 4 years trying to restore some things.
Perhaps.
I'm actually surprised that Conan Exiles hasn't come up yet.
Why is that?
I don't know. It seems to come up every other time I mention MMOs.
I knew a lot of people who were playing the Conan MMO, and they swore by it, but I was like, I'm sorry, what does this have that I'm not currently getting from WoW, was my basic response. And the answer was, WoW also has characters made to be lampoons of Conan.
I was about to say, you're not getting the, hey, Arnold Schwarzenegger was in this?
You can get it on Galaxy of Games, I guess. If you wanted to not have a launcher.
Games I bought recently that I need to play include... Alright, this one I got for $1. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Hellblade.
That game would never get made today, you know that, right?
I know. Point and click in general, though, to be fair, has less to do with the content and more to do with... Only Homestar Runner can get away with making a game like that now.
Oh no,
Which reminds
no.
me.
Just the entirety of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream would never get made
Oh.
today.
I mean, yeah. I honestly think of the Sam and Max games, though.
True, true.
Sam and Max, Freelance Police.
Oh, who's that? Oh, a link. Look, there's a sausage
Indeed.
patty.
Yeah.
But am I gonna have to show my ID now to play it?
I don't
You'd
know.
have to be logged into their storefront, I think,
Yeah.
because that's what it is. Steam games. I mean, that's
Yeah.
where I got Baldur's Gate 3 also.
Argos, thank you for sending that. I will definitely check that out. Right now, I have to go be a responsible adult and go to work for a few minutes. So excuse me.
Okay.
Responsible adultness. That's a new one on the stream.
Come on, everybody, let's go outside. Come on,
Yeah.
party.
I mean, I only put it out there because she seems reticent about platforms, so this would be the way to do that.
Do we count Second Life as an MMO?
Yes. Okay, that's one I forgot I played. I'm sure I'm still technically on there, but my god, trying to match my face to the face in game was like pulling teeth.
Well, it's a 50-50
Literally.
shot, and you should be able to do it now.
Yeah. It'd be funny if you could just upload a photo of yourself and they just wrap around that or something.
Kind of. They use mesh and Blender now, so you could basically just put your photo on a head in Blender and then export it and import it into Second Life.
Huh. Oh, another thing I picked up on Steam. The Castlevania Collection. It is Castlevania's 1, 2, 3, 4, Game Boy 1, Kid Dracula. It does not have Symphony of the Night. The Sims 4 is still free on Steam.
I didn't like the fact that in the console versions and in the later versions of The Sims, they took away your ability to murder Sims.
I'm gonna be honest, Sims 4 is the only one I've played, and I barely played it.
I think the funniest death I ever had, though, was the time that my wife just keeled over while fixing a TV. Was in perfect health. The TV didn't explode. There was no fire. There's no reason for her to die. She just died.
That is just... There are many ways to die while fixing a TV in real life, and they didn't use a one of them?
Not a damn one.
Also, to everyone, Once Human is still free to add to your library.
Yeah. Of course
The
it
game
is.
Once Human, yeah.
As a storefront.
Makes sense.
I had some people ask me to play that, and then I told them it was a Chinese game, and they quit.
Wait, what? Just because, I mean... I can see not trusting certain Chinese companies, but just knowing it was a Chinese game alone?
Mostly I was commenting because I was watching their live stream and they were playing a trailer, and I was like, yep, this is definitely a trailer that has been made specifically to be shown in China, I swear. Considering all of the zombies had no heads and they were balloons, so that when they got shot they would just burst into confetti.
Oh yeah. The same way they don't like World of Warcraft over in China to have undead, so Forsaken players aren't undead, they're plague victims. Which
So
is
how much
true to an
worse?
extent. Yeah,
Don't you
especially in a
have to kill them?
post-pandemic world. For an atheist state, they've got a weird take on violence and undeath.
Two, 4, quite positive. No, I'll give 20. Okay. Okay. Girl.
Mhm.
4, 5 will be 7.
I did find the other comparison Howling funny, considering all the deviations do in fact look that wacky. It's even more jarring.
No, no.
Hmm.
I like how we're comfortable now. We're actually letting the silences hit.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we're burning out so quick over on the other channel, is that we're constantly trying to keep the talking going.
I mean, we have been ending sooner recently. I don't know, I mean, we don't seem to end early usually on game night, which is why we're suddenly looking at Jackbox prices. I actually don't own any Jackbox, I'll admit.
Neither do
I
I.
have 4.
You have Jackbox 4, or you have 4 different Jackboxes?
I have the number 4.
Okay. So it has Fibbage 3, that's a fun one.
Well, look, we can do game nights up here too.
It's true, we could.
Right now I'm open Once Human because since we mentioned it, I remembered, I never did look at the store to see how egregious it is. Let me do that.
The complete Jackbox Party Pack is $202.
This
What's
may be
Jackbox?
why we don't have it.
Yeah. Jackbox is a collection of games that Olav usually hosts us playing when we're on his channel, and they include horrible games like
what that is.
Fibbage, and we like playing Fibbage because that's the game where we wind up making jokes about horse cum, and we do it because the game usually has something worse.
But do we like Fibbage more, or do we like oh, what is it?
Murder Trivia.
Quiplash.
Quiplash is wonderful, and I do love it. I actually did one night while I was at the gym late. I went ahead and I just played a video of all of us playing Quiplash and Fibbage, one of our old YouTube archives, and oh my, some of the shit we were saying. I think this is the night when remember the invention one? You have to invent something.
Yeah, we've done that a couple times.
And you have to do your presentation, and Olav came up with the jaw-powered masturbation machine.
I vaguely recall that.
It's that episode of ours.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Jaw-powered masturbation machine, and you automatically know what night I'm talking about.
8.
I'm choking on a granola bar.
That was enough.
Oh my god. Okay.
You okay?
I'm just trying to listen to all y'all while eating a granola bar, and I do not recommend that to anybody that is out there. Do not eat a granola bar while listening to this. Oh my goodness.
Well, basically, you have to come up with an invention, and I think we made it so that someone else has to do the presentation on your invention and draw a rough sketch of it, which I sucked at, but I at least nailed the presentation by saying, just remember, folks, masturbation and mastication are just a few letters apart.
Oh, by the grace of the gods.
Was glorious.
Ah.
I heard you drop for a second. I was going to be like, there's no way you would actually drop.
No, it's because when I opened the game, I realized that I saw your circles on Discord were showing up, but there was no sound, so I was like, it's doing that thing where my audio channel is bugged. Just Discord things.
Well, look at that. Okay, you're going to laugh your ass off, but there is Quiplash and Fibbage solo.
Solo?
What is that?
Outside of Jackbox.
But why?
If I want to pay more money just to have more Fibbage instead, or, well, not more money, it's $10 for either of those. Let's hear, how many versions is it? Because if it's several versions of Fibbage, I'd be like, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, like, for a second I thought you meant, like, it was
Yes.
a game mode where you could play it solo. I was like, but why would you want that?
There'd be no point. Let's see here. This game is English only. This is a standalone version of Fibbage XL, which appears in the Jackbox Party Pack. Okay, it may just be the very first one. Or Fibbage XL, which one does that show up in?
I believe that's Party Pack 3? Or is it
No.
Party Pack
4 has Fibbage 3 in it, so...
Okay, this is Fibbage XL specifically. Now I'm looking at the Quiplash one. I'd be like, okay, Quiplash is $10, but has a Quip pack for $1. Interesting. And we do love saying horrible things in Quiplash.
We do. Of course, also, if we were hard up on wanting to play games on the stream, and we wanted to go really ghetto for a while, we could use the Discord activities and we could play Gartic Phone.
I
think
do
that was
not
the
know what
first
that
one.
is.
It's your favorite type of game. It's a drawing game.
It's that type where like someone else types in a subject and the other person tries to draw it,
Yeah.
and then the next person tries to guess what that is, and then you draw again.
Yep. It can be quite fun when you have the right people.
God damn it.
That's the
no, no, no.
definition of a party game.
No, 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 don't do that. No. Oh, damn it.
Someone's having trouble over there.
What
Indeed.
happened?
Oh, man.
What's wrong?
Hang on.
I'm gonna guess dog-related shenanigans.
Oh, darn.
And just threw up all over everybody else's dog bed.
It was both.
Oh,
That sounds like the giant mess that we're cleaning up.
Mm-hmm. I knew this
Now the
sounded
other
well.
dog is licking it up. Yes, everybody needed to know that.
I mean, to be fair, considering our content thus far, it mixes, but it's like, ugh.
You're
I'm
right.
more thinking the cleanup process,
Yeah, I was about to
honestly, but
say, the pet owners all know. I've owned dogs.
We do.
I have 12 cats.
Indeed.
Well, I do in-home dog boarding, and right now I currently have 7 dogs in my house.
Yep,
I
messes
see.
are inevitable.
So, yeah, and I think every dog bed that I have in my front room has just had a Technicolor yawn all over it. Okay. Okay.
Fresh coat of paint.
Yeah, right. So anyway, I apologize for that.
it's all good. Pets happen. Olive
Aren't-
demonstrates this to me on a daily basis.
Aren't we happy that I only have 32 subscribers and there's only ever 3 people watching and they're all on stream?
True.
See, I have had between 15 and 20 people listening live to the radio show online. I have no idea how many people are actually listening on the physical radio in town, though a few people tell me they do. Pizza drivers and taxi drivers mostly.
Why is there a fucking Wendigo on the roof?
No one's
I don't
ever
know.
come to me with that one.
I was just sitting here in a flea market, minding my own goddamn business, and suddenly there's a Wendigo. I know I'm in West Virginia, but damn.
Damn you, Loch Ness Monster!
At least it was a Wendigo and not fucking Mothman.
I'm sorry, but the second you said Mothman, I immediately thought of Mothra showing up and with the theme song.
I would love if Mothra would show up. Especially if you could get the twins. But also, good on you for actually knowing a good monster.
I grew up with Mothra, Godzilla, Rodan,
Oh, I know.
Gorgo, if you can believe it.
Most of the time when you mention Godzilla, everyone's like, oh, Godzilla and King Rodan and all that. It's like, but what about Mothra? The
People don't
tiniest-
remember Ghidorah?
Everyone knows Ghidorah.
That's why I was surprised you didn't mention it. You're like talking about, oh yeah, the most super ultra common ones. I'm like, but Ghidorah is like literally the second
think of the name.
I always say,
like-
I always wind up saying Ghidra.
Yeah, I was like, I know it. I know the face. I couldn't think of the name at the moment, so I was like, I'll just skip it. Surely
Technically,
nobody
the
will notice.
Technically, the face is.
There are 3.
Okay, I am a huge fan of old Godzilla. But every time I'm like, oh no, Godzilla.
Dun, dun, dun,
If
dun.
you know, you know.
I
My-
do know, because I happen to be friends with a local band named Fighting Gravity who did an amazing color of Godzilla.
Awesome.
Now,
I didn't know that song would sound good as a ska anthem, but they made it work.
Okay.
The first Godzilla I ever saw was Godzilla 1985, where they brought Raymond Burr back to play his character. From the American version of the 1955 Godzilla.
I can't recall that one.
It's practically it's not quite a paint by numbers of the original, but it's done to make it seem like Godzilla does not get turned into a skeleton at the end of the original. For those of you who say I spoiled the original for you, it was 1955!
I was about to say, that's a hell of a spoiler alert.
While we're at it, Vader is Luke's father. There you go.
But spoiler
Okay.
alert, Hitler dies.
No, And Luke and Leia are brother and sister, and they smooch.
Cue
Too
the
much?
song From a Certain Point of View. Freaking robot chicken.
I never ever got into that.
It had its good moments and bad ones.
I mean, I get that you're a government worker, but why are you in the sewage canal? You know what? I'm not even asking about this game. I think the one thing that Robot Chicken created that we definitely need to see is Star Wars on Ice.
That we thought it was a throwaway gag, and they put so much effort into the music and lyrics. I was like, "You're going to put this on tour, aren't you?"
I really wish
Do we
they
support
would.
your do we support your crowdfunding effort now or later?
I think
I mean-
the Wrath of Khan on Ice would be even better, though.
On. Sorry.
Just because
Sorry.
I want whoever sang that just to sing the prefix codes part again.
I mean, I'm just picturing him doing like the pose and saying it really loudly like that, but he has to stay still. So because they're skating, they're just eventually gonna hit a wall.
Oh, you don't want him doing a T-pose while simultaneously just twirling?
Oh. So basically doing that, but you know, like you were shouting into a fan because he's spinning.
I think that is like the perfect analogy right there.
All right, here's this. We have a search for Spock film, but surprise, it's a crossover with Back to the Future, and we all know why.
Rasclin, you really need to get out of the house more often.
There's still people to this day that don't get that reference.
Okay, for those of you at home, Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd, played the lead evil Klingon in Star Trek III.
Yeah, I was talking about the Star Trek reference in Back to the Future.
That's kind of... I don't know, I feel like that's kind of obscure. You really
mean,
have to get it.
It is to a point, like, he's pretty much unrecognizable with the Klingon makeup on him. If any of you have seen the Klingon dictionary that often used to show up in bookstores, he's one of the 3 Klingons on the front. Because that shot is taken from Star Trek III.
And I do wish that more people recognize that. But...
Other horrible things... Go ahead.
What? No, what?
I was going to say, other horrible things Christopher Lloyd did was do a spoof of a horror version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
you said that like it's bad. Why is that horrible? It's Christopher
No,
Lloyd.
it's. I mean, granted, but it's horror, so it's technically horrible. But no, it is awesome.
My favorite of all, Christopher Lloyd. What do you do when you get to a yellow light? Slow down. What do you do? Have all y'all seen that on Taxi?
I actually
God, it's
haven't
been so
seen
long.
Taxi.
Oh my God! That skit right there is the best ever with Christopher Lloyd.
It's
And
worth
he
it.
has-
Go ahead.
It is worth it to look it up. It is it's brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant.
Two
I'm not going to ruin
comedies.
it. Just try and look it up.
Two comedies from that era. You need to see that aired about the same time, in similar settings, although with drastically different direction styles. You need to watch Taxi, and you need to watch Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Agreed.
I'm too young to be making my father's noise.
You know, if not for the content, definitely for John Travolta's hair.
Yes.
I think I know what movie we need to start with should we ever do the reviews on this channel. It's gotta be
Go
Repo.
on.
It has to be
What
Repo.
did I miss?
I have one for you. Like, I hate to say it, Repo is kind of overdone. I know it has.
Overdone, but we've got the dramatic ass goth, two of us with the cyberpunkin music. We have to do it for the cred, if nothing else.
I would like to submit something a little more obscure.
Phantom of the
But
Paradise?
This is obscure yet not all at the same time. I would like to submit the Are You Being Served movie. Starring the original cast of Are You Being Served? On vacation. That's literally the plot of the movie. They go on vacation, so they won't be inside Grace Brothers.
Actually, I can't even think of a particular movie or story that suits all of our eclectic personalities, shall we say.
I just thought of one. I hate myself for it.
Mm.
It's
Argos nailed it. He found the link. Oh my gosh, that is so
Yes.
awesome. Thank you, Argos. You rock. 'Cause-
and I'm now reminded. There's a third series you need to watch from that era, Caden.
Mm.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
holy
I
shit.
know of
I
that
didn't
one.
know turkeys couldn't fly.
Yes, there are links to that whole thing alone. You don't need to see any of the rest of that episode to understand what's going on in that sketch. And it's beautiful.
Yeah. And then when Les Nessman was broadcasting a golf tournament, and he was, oh god, one of the golfers' name was like something like Chihuahua, and he's like Chihuahua, something named Chihuahua. I'm like, oh my god, stop it. Yeah, that's another well written for its time
Yes.
show to watch. Yeah.
Now, if we want to go just a little before that era of those three shows, not much, just a little. Who can take the world on with her smile?
Oh, Jesus, no.
Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Now, many of
Okay,
you
if
are...
I could sing, I would finish that song, but yeah, Mary Tyler Moore.
Yes, and for those of you at home, many of you probably heard that song and said, "Why are you singing the Harley Quinn theme?"
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Harley Quinn. It's a great show. But that is Mary Tyler Moore.
Now, you are not a fan. You are not a fan of Robin Williams if you have not seen Mork and Mindy.
I haven't
A
seen
spin-off
Mork
of
and
Happy
Mindy, but
Days.
I do know Mork and Mindy.
It was
Brilliant.
excellent.
Brilliant. And it was just pretty much Robin Williams doing improv.
Yep.
Yes, there was a script. Don't get me wrong. There was a script. But to give Robin Williams free reign just to do the improv, absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, it was corny, but damn, Robin Williams. And I'm still upset to this day that what happened. So,
Yes, it's been a decade now.
yeah.
Fun fact, there was one character on that show that was wackier than Mork.
That was it the neighbor or Orson himself?
I speak of Exidor.
Exidor!
Yes.
Bravo! Brilliant! Yes,
No.
Exidor.
Like, Mork is, Mork is a fish out of water. Mork has an excuse. Mork is a goddamn extraterrestrial. Exidor? No, Mork fits in better in society than Exidor does.
An Exidor. Yes.
My gosh.
Brilliant. Great call.
Even as what you would call pagans ourselves, I can't look at Exidor and think normal, well-adjusted person. I cannot.
Right.
Because just to set the motion, setting up for the character, there's a scene where all the characters, the leading characters, are sharing stories. One of them shot someone in Nam, one of them did this, one of them did that, and Exidor starts with, "I went to the doctor recently." Which doctor? Exactly. You don't need to know anything else. Just that is how he normally thinks.
Yes.
He
Again,
is
brilliant.
He is Sonny and Cher's idea of a pagan. Am I off the mark with that at all?
Negative. That is negative, Ghost Rider. You are spot on. Spot on.
And what's funny is the doctor told him he only had 200 years to live. And so he YOLOs right into something right after that.
Because Exidor.
Fucking Exidor.
I wonder if that is on like Me TV somewhere.
I watched as a kid on Nick at Night mostly, so
Yeah.
I watched it, F Troop, Green Acres.
Do they
Oh,
still
God.
have that channel anymore? Nick at Night?
I don't know. I mean, it might be some sort of on-demand thing. I mean that there was some sort of TV Land channel. I think I gave up. I think I gave up TV in general around 2001, and just got into various things I could find. Like, it was mostly watching anime because I was a member of the local anime club, and I was checking things out of the anime library because we were bootlegging the fuck out of VHSs just straight from Tokyo and Kyoto.
So you're doing the LimeWire thing. I get you.
Oh, eventually, but no, at first I'm talking literal VHS tapes.
Oh, I've done my share of that.
And they still have the commercials from Japan on them.
I did it. I came up with the movie
What's
that
the-
suits us all.
Okay.
And I'm ashamed that I didn't think of it earlier.
We probably all will be, but go on.
It's UHF.
Fuck! It is UHF!
Bravo. Argos, do you remember VHF?
VHF?
We talking UHF?
Did
the
I-
movie?
Oh, Hayden, I said that wrong? Yes.
Yes.
Well, yeah, VHF was the thing, but it was that whole VHF UHF switch you would have on the back of your TV, going between your VCR and your ColecoVision. And oh fuck, I just dated myself.
No, I don't think so.
Have you ever seen the movie UHF?
Argast?
This is a really
Looking-
easy one to answer. Have you ever seen a movie that starred Weird Al?
Yes.
I don't think so, no.
Then you haven't seen UHF.
My gods, we need to introduce him to Spatula City!
Personally, I just want to... What was his name? Toshi? I just want to be his martial arts instructor neighbor. I don't even care that I would have to play Wheel of Fish.
Holy moly, so here we are dating ourselves. Wow.
Fun
People
fact,
need to know this.
I make references that date me way older than I actually am.
I mean, I think a lot of us do. I grew up with my three sons references, so
My Three Sons, Mama's House, All in the Family,
the Little Rascals.
MASH.
Okay, here's a
Welcome
fun
back, Cotter.
MASH. Oh, honey, you have my heart in MASH.
Which
Holy
MASH,
moly,
though?
I've been watching it for years and years. So here's a little fun fact about the Little Rascals. Darla, I lived with her daughter. And we are still
Oh.
friends. So we were so close that we call each other tumor. Because how closer can you get than a tumor? In fact. Yes. In fact, she got hammered one night, grabbed a sculpture that was supposedly made of her mother's ashes. And honey, if you're listening to this, please forgive me. But she grabbed a sculpture that had her mom's ashes in it, and she was like super hammered, sitting at the edge of her bed, just crying. And actually, you know, I totally understand this. Let me recant that. Is that when you are missing a loved one so much that you just want to hold on to them so much. And you know what? I'm pretty much guilty of the same thing, but just to sit there and watch her cry over her mom and knowing who her mom is and knowing that she's just like so freaking hammered that, honey, nothing's going to happen when you're that hammered. But do these people have to reach that level of feeling to, wow, neurodivergent much, my kind? Anyway, I have a friend, we're tumors, and her mother was Darla. Anybody, go ahead. Just cut me off right now.
No. We're kind of enraptured just by the fact that, you know.
We're letting the
Oh my God.
embarrassments to...
Okay, end of story. I'm done. She's my tumor. Her mom is Darla. Yeah, and I went off this neurodivergent path, etc., etc.
All right, is anyone here not neurodivergent?
Raise your hand. So let me tell you about this neurodivergent story that I was on, and I was on my bike. It's
I tell you about a neurodivergent story, but I forgot.
I'm going to take neurodivergency full circle.
You're gonna be so divergent, you go right back into neurotypical.
Worse, I go back on topic. So, Argos, I just have to ask, you said you played about 90% of all MMOs you saw on that list. What's your favorite?
I mean, I suppose that depends upon if certain things qualify as an MMO or not.
First, give us your answer regardless of qualifications.
Well, I would have to say Warframe because it's the thing I have the most visible hours in.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that is an MMO by most metrics. I mean, I see Warframe players, in my friends list in WoW, so...
Yo.
And if we're going by some sort of qualified answer where Warframe would not count, let's say you need the option to have a monthly subscription is there, so SOTOR would count because you could play it for free. Ditto for FF. But usually people would do a monthly.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about subscription, well, I've always been an opponent of such a model, so that would basically nullify basically every answer, because the only time that I've ever even remotely considered that is with Final Fantasy.
Okay, and that has the option currently with the new expansion. I think you can get up to 70 without paying.
Yeah, but it's still under the free trial banner, which only lasts so long.
No, but I've had friends on it for years. Like, it does not end. Unless you want to go past the max level. Or join an FC, stuff like that. Like, you can't buy a house, you can't join an FC, but you can go raiding, and you can trade goods, you can use the market board.
No, I'm saying that you have a limited time to do that.
No, you don't.
No,
it does not end the trial.
For me.
Did you do it through Steam or something? Because that might do it.
Is that how it works? You have to have it standalone?
Yeah, if you get standalone, you're fine. If you wanted to ever try again, Caden and I can help you, and you'd be able to go right up through all of Stormblood.
I'm aware.
Okay. I did go without paying for 6 years in WoW. And that's because of the WoW token feature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get what you were saying now. I would love something like that in 14.
Yeah, and Guild Wars, they have a no subscription model where you're just buying the expansions as they come out.
Yeah, I used to play that. I played before any of the expansions came out, so...
So, let's go with, say, the definition of quote-unquote mainstream MMOs. Like, there's going to be exceptions, but we're going, like Guild Wars doesn't have a monthly subscription, but you would still call it a mainstream MMO.
Probably.
Have
But-
we not gone into Warframe?
Well, alright, Warframe, I get why it might not be considered that, and it is very far from mainstream to some way. But out of all the mainstream ones, SOTOR, FF, Guild Wars, EverQuest, WoW, which one's your favorite?
I still retain my answer, which is that considering that FF is the only one I've ever even considered participating in despite its subscription model.
Okay, for some reason I
My
forgot.
answer.
I forgot you said that. Okay. So, no, straight up answer, Warframe, qualified answer, FF. Okay. And yeah, mine's still a tie, honestly, between WoW and FF.
Rasclin, aren't those your two main games?
Honestly, they are, now that I think about it. Like, they're not only my main two MMOs, they're my main two games in general, as far as electronic gaming goes. I mean, obviously I do Wednesday night D&D these days over Zoom, so does that make it an electronic game? But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, those two are my mains. Baldur's Gate 3 is getting a trial right now. Well, I bought the bloody thing because it was on sale, but...
So as far as board games, and I'm going to go, well, So it's Lords of it's a board game. It's really popular. Lords of something something. Very popular. They do that at all of the game cons. And Rasclin, I was telling you about this when
Yeah.
you remember? Okay.
Lords of Waterdeep.
Yes, Lords of Waterdeep.
Now that
And
has
I
an
actually-
electronic version on Steam.
Okay, I did not
I will link it
realize.
your way.
Okay.
My blood brother, he insisted I get the game. I have played a bit of it.
Okay. I actually enjoyed that game, but in Rasclin, I'm pretty sure you're going to remember the story, is that I'm such a sore loser when it came to this game. But it was very enjoyable because there was so many different stories that you can take off. I did not know that there is an electronic version of this. So, but can that be taken as an MMO because of the diversity of the game?
What are our qualifiers for an MMO that we're using?
That's up to
Because normally-
audio. I have no-
Normally, I would be iffy because you're not, taking control of a single character in a multifaceted environment. I would put it in the category of a MUD, maybe.
For those of us who don't know what MUD is, please share that.
A multi-user dungeon, think like an MMO, except instead of all the graphics, you have text on your screen that says, directions are north, south, and Dennis. You type, go
Okay.
Dennis. And the game tells you, you are at Dennis. He is wearing a plaid sweater. Yes, I'm quoting Homestar Runner. So yes, I have Lords of Waterdeep. It takes up half a gig on a hard drive. I
think
picked
that
it up in
would
2002.
explode my computer.
Half a gig? No,
I'm
I think
so
you
glad
can
that you remember that. Sorry,
Let
I
me
keep
find a
interrupting
link.
you.
Let me find a link to it for you, though, because I think you're going to want that.
No, I would love to play it again, but and like I told you, my friend, she would always win. And I fully admit it. I became a sore loser because
You would
what
beat
about me?
You would beat me so ridiculously, it wouldn't even be funny.
Well,
I am
the
not
only
good at this
takeaway-
game.
I really enjoyed playing it. I really did. But to have somebody constantly, okay, here, Rasclin, here's the perfect thing. You're constantly, it's not like you're kicking my ass, but you're always, I want to say, showing me up. And that may not be the proper term. But when we're playing World of Warcraft and you come in with a one-hit, one-kill, I'm like, fuck you, dude. I can do it myself. It's going to take me a minute to do it. And you're just like, slam. So, maybe it's because I just want to play the game without having my ass kicked. Does that make sense?
It does, and I get it. Like, I'm, especially in my raids recently, that until recently I was having issues getting my DPS up there to the level of my fellow raiders. Which I've gotten better now. I swapped around my talents, and we need to talk about you want to work on your talent points.
Yeah.
And now a quick thing I should say about all the MMOs we've been talking tonight. WoW and SOTOR are games with talent points and a huge amount of customization in how you do your powers, right?
Mm-hmm.
FF does not have talent points.
No. FF has, oh, hey, you grinded.
And
Okay.
what stat are you
But on
prioritizing?
On FF, you get to glamorize, and does that bring you up to a different talent?
Nope.
Or does it?
Nope.
Glamour does
Okay.
absolute jack shit. Makes you look pretty.
Does that make you? I was just gonna say that. It makes you look so pretty.
If we really wanted to show you the true endgame of FF, we would put on the camera and we would transport ourselves not to the current game hub, but to Limsa Lominsa. Because now in this time of the current expansion, Dawn Trail being out, and all the people who take the game in a serious way that we take WoW out doing that, the people who are damn serious about looking good, they're going to be back in Limsa.
I mean, Limsa's always been the fashion capital.
You will see people who have managed to turn other outfits and other clothing bits using tricks you never thought available into lingerie, which they are parading around in.
Yep. For the longest time, I couldn't find a bikini, so I managed to use a crop top, bandages, and some panties.
Okay, now is that equal to? And yes, I'm going to say this. Is that equal to the 12-year-olds in their mother's basement, playing WoW with a night elf and just running around in a bikini? Is that equal?
I'm going to put it this way.
Or no?
The night elf is for the people who like tits and ass. My character, on the other hand, is for people who like the woman who you can grate cheese on her abs.
I wish. Oh my god. Okay, I get it. Okay, understood. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I would say interaction with someone who wasn't one of my own friends was my sister introducing me to her friend group, and one of them looked at me as the how do we describe Lalas other than fuck you, I hate you, and everything about you, goddammit, go away?
Someone decided to make gnomes enter the uncanny valley, but more so?
Yeah, basically like teddy bear size walking apocalypses. It's so like my character is one of the tallest races, and my height slider is set up to max, so I am roughly 6 to 9 feet tall in universe. His character, on the other hand, is maybe 3.5 feet. So he runs up to me in the middle of the capitalist city, screams in local chat, "Step on me, mommy!" and then plays dead.
Another day in Limsa!
Hold on.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
We live in the world that is okay with this now. Like, let me put it this way. The Kickstarter that just showed up in my feed is D&D 5th Edition 80s Adventures! And it's like an orc on Miami Vice and shit.
The only thing I like about the resurgence of the 80s right now is the return of Neon Wave.
Oh gods. Or Vaporwave, or Retrowave, or what we're calling it at any given moment.
No, I mean,
it was getting called New Disco for a bit.
No, I mean like specifically the lighting and color scheme.
Oh gods, yes. Yes, please. Give me more, please. I haven't gotten there yet, but there is apparently there's a city in the current expansion for Dawn Trail, or in FF, that is basically that. It is Tron. Is what I've seen in a couple clips. And I'm not there yet. I don't know what the plot is yet, but I know that I'm going to fight for the users.
You would.
I absolutely would. Just give me Bruce Boxleitner's voice.
I mean, when I came into Borderlands and they had done that with the what is it? The Rise of the Revenge of the Cartels expansion, where everything is lit like that, I was in heaven. I was like, oh my god, the neon, the weird vaporwave, just I love it. In Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, which was a game that came out around '99, there was a multiplayer mode and people started modding it. And so many of the things people came out with looked like the ideal 80s disco. The neon, just the right shades of colors. Oh gods, it was glorious.
It honestly reminded me of the first time I ever got to Milwaukee on my own while I was heading to my first Gen Con. That was in 97.
For some reason, when all y'all talk about that, it reminds me of a Nigel painting.
You know what?
Nigel?
Are you familiar with that? Are you
No.
familiar? Oh, okay. Look up like one of the Duran Duran albums, and it's a Nigel painting.
Oh! I know.
St. Elmo's Fire. She had Nigel paintings in her apartment.
Okay,
So when you talk about that, I'm just that's what I think of. I may be way off base. I'm probably way off base.
you're going to get a kick out of this then. Here in town, where me and Olaf live, there is a laundromat that is entirely decorated with that type of artwork. I am
Nice.
not joking. It's called Starcrest Cleaners. Like, the reason people
totally-
go... Yes, it's like, I may own a washing machine at home, but I'm coming here, damn it.
Right, a load of laundry is $6. Yes.
So I'm just gonna put these in the Skulk chat and just remind you that these were the original logos for the den. Because
Uh-oh.
fuck you, I want to be RoboCop.
Wait, how do I get there?
Yeah,
Sorry,
it
I've
should be on
pressed
the
way
left.
too many buttons, you guys. So, you know what? Just picture me as this blonde chick who doesn't know squat.
That's funny because I'm picturing you as a brunette with glasses.
Let's go gray hair. Let's go silver. Let's go platinum. I'm so pretty. Yeah, I'm not gonna start pressing any buttons. So hopefully it shows up later.
I mean, it should just be in the chat room you were in.
Really, you think I'm that smart? Thank you so much. Now, right now, I'm looking at a screen with 4 little boxes, and each one lights up when all y'all talk.
Oh, you're in the actual
That's-
like voice chat visual. So you're in the voice chat,
Seriously,
like actual.
you guys feel sorry for me. Anybody that's out there listening, feel sorry for me because I'm box of hammers. Okay.
So
Box of
I'll
hammers.
explain it like a 5-year-old.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you see that list with all the names of the channels on the left?
Yes.
Okay, so you notice that there's one named the Skulk Howls, and then there's one just named the Skulk.
No.
Really?
It's the channel where the taxi clip is.
Wait. It wasn't under. Okay.
It's the
I
one
found
where
it,
you
but it
saw me
wasn't-
post Mad Max in the clip.
Okay, it was because I've got the Skulk Howls. You know, all y'all out there in YouTube land, yes, I really am that dumb.
The
But
Skulk
you know what?
Howls
If you
is
need
the
a
voice
bathroom
chat.
child, I'm your girl.
Yeah. The
Okay.
Skulk Howls
So I
is the
found
voice
it.
chat. That'll show you all of us talking. Yeah, the Skulk is the text chat.
Yeah. So feel sorry for me, everybody. And you can point and laugh. I'm okay with that. So I'm back. I see the links that everybody has posted. Thank you very much. Watch. Oh, that was what Argos sent me. Definitely have to save that. Okay, right now I'm on DuckDuckGo, so I have to watch that separately. Shit, there's dogs out there.
And coming up on my feed, Disco Demolition Night at Comiskey Park, July 12th, 1979.
That sounds interesting.
Oh, trust me, it's interesting. Guts, this was just 2 hours north of here.
Dude, you weren't even born yet. What the hell are you talking about?
I was 4 months old. 4 months and 2 weeks.
I wasn't born
So, you
yet,
know-
though. That was a good 11 years before I was born.
I was born.
Bravo.
I was born nearly 2 years before Ronald Reagan took office.
I'm everybody's grandmother. Fucking fantastic. This is why I'm dumb. This is why I'm not getting a lot. I'm all y'all's grandmother. Fuck.
That's okay, I was born in the 90s, so you're lucky I can understand what it is to be educated.
Oh, ouch. Oh, born. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, enough said. Everybody in YouTube land, this is why I don't get shit. This is why I don't understand. Feel sorry for me. I hear you laughing. Don't laugh. Well, no. Go ahead and laugh.
Oh, I laugh at everything.
Yeah. Smack. Yep. Smack. Ow. Okay.
But yeah,
Argos, did you fall asleep?
No.
Okay.
He's just listening to us be stupid.
Perhaps.
Hey, honey, you logged in. You gotta talk. Them's the rules.
I have talked.
Talk more.
More.
Bravo. Bravo. Rasclin, I sent you that video that from my indoor security cam where the
Yeah.
Okay. Dem's the rules. Yes, ma'am. Not that you have to say that, Argos. It's just a thing. Dem's the rules.
side note, Caden, there is a Vampire the Requiem guidebook to the 80s.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. I have a hard copy, because of course I do.
Okay, look, you want to know where my head's at right now?
Tell me.
Yesterday, I was seriously considering secretly downloading the original Fatal rulebook and then creating an entire game with pre-made characters for us just because I could.
I want to say that's a 90s thing. In fact, that is such a 90s thing. I mean, I'm sorry, you can't go extreme as a gamer without thinking of Fatal.
Pretty much.
Nightkind, I've told you about Fatal, haven't I? Or have I?
Yes.
Okay. And, yeah. There's no need for us to belabor going into what Fatal is on this.
Everybody who followed us here from Olaf's channel will already know Fatal.
It's true. I was the one who went into the specifics. And I do mean specifics.
Yes, the infamous anal circumference.
Not to mention anal resistance.
And capacity. Also, I like the fact that he went so into detail. And I'm sorry, I have to do this now. I am shaming. He went so into detail about the anal circumference, the anal capacity, all of this, all of the acts that can be rained down upon the colon. And then he's like, nope, but homosexuality is a sin and will make you unattractive. And a man gets pregnant, he's immediately turned into a woman. Honey, you've been in a man's ass for the past half hour. I think you need to take a look at yourself.
Snickering in disbelief.
That whole book is an exercise in suspension of disbelief. You cannot bear to watch, yet you cannot look away. And then they put out an official soundtrack to go with the book.
Like I said, I wanted the original. I didn't want this From Another Time, Another Land bullshit. I wanted the original.
don't know. Tell us how you can get more original on that.
Oh, there was the original title. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, it was even worse. And then when they softened it up because too many people complained, they renamed it From Another Time, Another Land in order to make it
Fantasy
seem like
adventure to adult lechery.
What was it?
Fantasy adventure to adult lechery.
Yes, that one. And then when people complain and they're like, oh, we have to soften it up, they're like, From Another Time, Another Land. It's an adventure game, guys. There's nothing weird going on here.
Argos, that's another link you need to send me. Please.
What am I linking precisely?
I don't know
The
if she
orig-
thinks that you have the original rulebook or if you just found the Wikipedia article.
No, I want the
Sounds
original.
something that
None of
tells
this
me.
softened bullshit. I want the original. I would like the original, please.
I don't know if you found the original rulebook because that's one of those that's hard to find online.
I used to have a PDF copy. I've seen a hard copy. The thing is, oh god, the thing is about as big as the 2025 shit.
Apparently it's got 900 pages.
Yep.
I was just gonna say that. 900 pages. Yep.
I know I have the PDF here somewhere against my better judgment. Let's go into the vault. Huh. Okay.
Aha! The Internet Archive.
Oh gods, yep.
All hail the internet.
Uploaded
For
by
those of you
Power
who-
Kitten.
I posted the PDF.
Argos.
Alright, I found my copy. It's 977 pages.
Okay, so we can take turns doing our respective.
That
Yes, that
was-
sounds better.
What was that, Argos?
This is the 2004 edition.
Oh. I went too deep.
When talking about Fatal, any depth is too deep.
This is before the 2004 version. If you touch it, you're probably downloading it.
Okay. Went to my itsy bitsy team.
Yeah, I downloaded it. And download complete.
It should
It
be fine.
is-
It's less than 5 megabytes.
Yeah. This was, of all the things, efficiently digitized. Yep.
What's about this
Mhm.
book that we're talking about? This manifesto?
The version I have
Okay.
does say From Another Time, Another Land, also advertises a free CD-ROM inside the hard copy, as a parental advisory on the front.
I don't know
Says-
if I would call it a manifesto. Manifestos have a point.
I see.
The sexism, racism, and homophobia. Okay. I
Oh, hold on, you're cutting out.
a calculator to play the game. That's the other thing.
I'll just put the other one in there too. Why not? Yes, the From Another Time, Another Land is 25 megabytes.
So do I
Free
need an
CD-ROM? That's fine.
external hard drive to download
Oh
all
no,
that stuff?
no, this is
No.
relatively small. This is nothing compared to, say, mixing music.
Okay.
This is at the first file is at most one song
It's
at
just
low
like a-
bit rate.
thick picture at worst.
Okay.
I'm going ahead and downloading the smaller of the two files just because, damn.
Here we go. The first chart in this. The first
Oh, yeah.
I did not have that, and I don't
Hmm.
know why I'm grabbing it.
Because reasons.
The smaller version is 901 pages.
And the latter is 90.
So how would you pass this information along to everybody in YouTube land? Is there just like a really quick lookthisup.com? Because if we're going to talk about it, people are going to want to know. People are going to want to know, so they're going to share it with their friends.
It's,
Because that is how awesome this is. Uh-oh.
Well, I think if they have a sprinkle of aptitude, that they can, in fact, find it.
Okay,
If they so
honey,
look for it.
you're this is me. Okay, I lost everything. What's happening?
I was trying to not be mean to be like, if they have slightly more aptitude than you,
Then they're well off. Then they're very well off because I'm
This
so
might
pretty.
Be a good time for
We got that
Rasclin
going on
to
for you.
plug our Discord. Link in the description below.
Would you,
Absolutely.
What's
Smarm enters now.
what's my email address? I don't even remember my password. Help me.
oh dear.
I don't even know what my
Seriously.
email address is half the time. I have like 14 different email addresses. A website asks me for my email address, and I have to stop and be like, fuck, which one did I use?
Right?
This is getting too real for me now. This
Well,
is like dealing with my grandmother.
Oh, good. See, so we can all relate. We can all relate, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, we can.
We can all relate.
I mean, to be
We
fair,
have, all of us here, been on both sides of the tech tree.
yeah, normally if it comes to the which email did I use, I just look up, or not look up, I consider how embarrassing is this website and how mortified would I be if somebody found this on my computer. And that usually dictates which email I use.
Understood.
And then comes the problem that there's emails that I only use for websites that I never
My
want anyone to
email
see
is
on
very
computer.
simple, or at least.
Hmm?
At Gmail. Simple as that.
Okay, now everybody knows, and now
Oh, you think I stop at something so tame? There's not a reason for any of you to go Rule 34 yourselves. Remember, before you send your horrible things to me, you'd have to look at them to see what you had first.
And before you have to send them to him, you have to send them to me for approval.
count me out. I'm done. I'm okay.
Remember, I'm
Well, you
nearly
see.
immune to psychic damage.
Remember,
Sure you
folks,
are.
out there on the internet, someone wrote erotic porn of Harry Potter and Captain Picard.
Okay, tell me again. What's his address? www. What?
Rasclin@gmail.com.
Okay, is there a cup involved with this?
Oh, no. Over time, 2 girls, 1 cup has gotten far, far worse. So, we're up to 16 women, 1 thimble.
Look, nothing
Rasclin,
will ever
please.
beat one guy, one jar.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the source here. Nothing will ever beat steakandcheese.com.
Okay, you know what? All y'all are saying this. My computer and my phone are listening. Thank you for all of the advertisement that is now hitting my algorithm. Fuck you very much.
Oh, you will not find steakandcheese.com anymore. That thing got nuked out of existence.
Wait, don't forget the BME Pain Olympics.
I gotta turn off my phone. Just wait a minute. Hold on, all y'all.
What was that thing that people told me in high school about? Like Church of Chocolate or something?
Lemon Party, Tub Girl. Blue Waffle?
Okay, in all things considered on the modern internet, blue waffles are kind of tame.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just going through every shock site I know. The more we load into that phone, the better.
You've got Goatsy ready to go, don't you?
Is this still a thing? Oh, it is still a thing.
You want to know my shock site? Brace yourselves.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Amazon.com.
No.
Okay.
That's not a shock site. That's just host to some of the worst erotica I've ever read.
Well.
Alright, here's a shocker. Someone reconstructed the Munsters house.
Okay.
Like,
And?
the original is... I don't know if the original is still standing, but the second one is in Waxahachie, Texas, just south of Dallas.
I'm gonna go
fuck.
to Champaign
fuck,
and
you had-
smack the shit out of you.
Because I badly mispronounced a town in Texas?
Yes.
I can do far, far worse. I'm from Mattoon. Or as everyone around us calls it, Mattoon.
Well, the hilarious part is, when you mispronounce that one, everybody does it, but it's because it's actually pronounced the way you think it's not. If you ever meet somebody from there, they will never say Waxahachie because it is, in fact, pronounced Waxahachie.
Is this like the way that you'll get funny looks if you're in New Orleans and you say Bordeaux instead of Bordeaux?
Instead of Bordeaux?
Bordeaux. In any event, if you don't end it with an X, they look at you funny in NOLA.
So it's not pronounced Bordeaux?
It is if you're there.
I mean, when I heard champagne, I was being like, do you mean champagne?
From
No,
Illinois?
actually, I recently saw Champaign, Illinois. There's no way you can make the Champagne joke. Because it's spelled phonetically.
Why isn't phonetic spelled phonetically?
Because it's like most words to describe the thing that they're talking about, it's actually triggering to the people who have the condition or are subject to its whims.
Great. Now I have another issue. Thank you, Argos.
I mean, I was literally going down like a YouTube Shorts rabbit hole, and one of them is the guy that names things, and he names like a bunch of phobias after the thing that they're afraid of.
Yeah.
Hey, let's not
Phonetic
forget
spelling.
the phobia of long words.
Is a very long word.
Yep.
Great. Now I have phobias.
Hippopomonstrousiquipelodophobia.
I think everybody has a bit of trypoptophobia.
Well, for a lot of people out there in YouTube land, are you going to make them look it up, or do you just want to tell them what it is?
No, trypoptophobia is one of those that you don't ever want to look it up, because even if you don't have it, you're going to be uncomfortable.
I mean,
So-
it's essentially a fear of holes.
I was going to say there's
uneven
the
patterns. Yeah.
Yeah, but most people think of that as in hole terms, because if you ever see an image that's like, this is going to trigger you, it's usually because they put a bunch of holes in an image.
oh god, you see that all over, another social media site that literally has 60-second videos.
Oh, you mean that clock site?
Something like that.
That Vine ripoff that will never be as good as Vine, so stop fucking trying.
Yeah. Yeah, quit already. Yeah, you're absolutely right. What's the other one? Like the fear of there's a more scientific, but it's like a megalophobia, and they just create AI videos of huge, like Santa Claus is walking down the street, and they're just like totally massive, and there's distorted animals that are, you know, in the ocean, and people are like, oh my god. And I will admit that if there's a huge ass animal in the ocean, I will be wearing my brown scuba suit because I will shit.
There are many, many large animals in the ocean, actually.
Why do you think I don't? Okay, I was in Mexico. I'm swimming in the ocean, and you know, everybody's on the surf, and there's this little itty bitty, teeny tiny pufferfish. Holy shit! It's going to expand. It's going to sting me. Oh my god! It's toxic. Little tiny, the size of a quarter. I shit you, negative. Little tiny. Get out of the ocean! I don't swim in the ocean. I don't swim in water that I cannot see the bottom of. So that whole entire megalo something phobia or whatever it is, yes, that does bother me. There, I said it. Now you know my whole entire life. I can't play video games, and I'm afraid of open water. There, that's me.
Hello.
We get crickets after that?
Said hello.
I think we're most. I should note we've been going about 3 hours 15 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
We're good, actually. I mean, we rarely get this long. Outside of game nights, we rarely go this long.
Yeah, that's
on
the
normal
point.
pirate sites.
We used to go this long. We used to do the 3-hour streams, and then I don't know why, but we stopped doing it.
I mean, a lot of it was us sidetracking ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really one for staying on topic.
We have stayed on topic a good deal of tonight, to be fair.
To be fair, yes, we have. But I
What was
much
the
prefer the
topic?
rambling.
What was the topic?
MMOs in general.
That was the topic?
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, as somebody who doesn't know shit about what all y'all are talking about, yes, I feel that we have stayed on topic.
Oh wow. So the people who are used to pirates now are now texting me. They're like, "How was the stream?" And I'm like, "We're still going."
Oh wow. Okay. So this is now turning into a podcast.
Yep.
Podcast stream, I don't really care. Both work.
And
Okay.
another news story has made it to my desk. We now bring you a special from the Intercontinental News Bulletin.
I was about to say, I need to go. You're making me put down notes. I need to find like the newscast sound and put that to where I can trigger it.
See, I got the one from the Muppet Show. Like, I've got the one you're
Okay.
using, that kind. That's a classic. I also used the one that was on the Muppet Show, whenever they would cut to their
Which
news
was?
guys. But in a key that I'm not capturing well. Man dies after his firework he put on top of his head explodes.
No
Oh yeah,
way!
I heard that.
Way.
Oh man.
You know what? I'm actually almost
41-year-old man.
I'm mad I didn't think about that, but continue with your newscast real quick.
What?
Dateline Somerville, wearing an Uncle Sam star-spangled suit and a top hat to match, Alan Ray McGrew danced around in the front yard as he smoked a cigarette on July 4th, his favorite holiday of the year. I'm going to truncate. Hours later, a firework exploded on top of his head, killing him instantly.
Well, I guess he went out with a bang.
But Tish.
Oh gods, there's film.
Of course there's film.
Yeah.
Totally lit up the rest of his life.
I mean, I remember when I got hit by a firework once.
I mean, getting hit by is one thing. Being the launching pad?
True.
How many people have had that great idea to shove Roman candles up their asses now?
Oh, hey! Don't. Argos is the one to look that up. Don't ask me.
You don't even really need to look it up. Anyone who follows Jackson Rathbone on Instagram would see him doing it.
Okay, I don't even follow Martha Stewart on Instagram, so.
I'm going to have to file this next to the man who died after eating all the vermin in his apartment.
Well, that's just silly.
Or conversely, what if he died by all of the vermin eating him?
I mean, that's just nature.
Organic.
Yeah.
That's organic, so yeah, I'm okay with that.
I mean, if you're gonna eat all the vermin in your apartment, you first have to get the predators that eat that vermin. So that way they can eat the vermin. And then you get the predators that eat those predators, and then you eat those predators. You gotta let it go through a few steps of the food chain.
So the spider that ate the fly, and then whatever ate the spider, and then whatever ate that. Yeah?
And then you eat the old woman.
Yeah, see? Ta-da! Rasclin, sing the circle of life.
It's the circle of life.
Okay, I can't outdo Caden there. I once said sing something much worse. And it is Lion King based.
Ish.
I'm actually iffy about singing this thing.
I mean, you could just tell us what it was.
The title of the song is Vagina Dentata.
Oh, good
come on.
gravy.
Sing the vagina song.
As I do not have a vagina, I feel it is fair to ask if our possessor of a vagina is comfortable with me singing this song.
I've never had to experience vagina dentata, so by the grace of the gods. Go ahead.
I
Do it.
think maybe
Do the
that's
thing.
something you should do in private.
In the shower, touching yourself.
Wait, the song or the act?
Both.
Yes.
I think you're all getting the song, so tough tits.
Did you just say tough cupcakes?
No, I'm pretty sure he's just said tough titties.
I heard tough cupcakes, so.
Tough mice. That is a really roundabout way for me to get to titmouse, but what the hey.
Okay.
Vagina
just like
dentata. What a terrifying phrase.
Oh, good gravy.
Vagina dentata.
La da 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 la da da.
Gynecological craze. It means no wiener for the rest of your days. It's a penis-free girl cavity.
I am so glad we are not fucking monetized. If I get a strike tomorrow, I'm gonna know exactly who to blame.
Of course, nobody's pointing fingers at Rasclin right now.
To be fair, I'd probably point fingers at him anyways.
True.
Actually, wait, no. Why are we even being that bad? We all know who we're gonna blame. If I get a channel strike, we're all going to blame gamers. He's not even here.
Oh my gods, we would.
I don't even know the guy, so yes.
We'll
Yes.
introduce you at some point.
He's our fourth pirate buddy. And
Okay.
for some reason, I don't know why, for some reason, he has become the butt monkey of the group.
Okay.
It's because he never shows up half the time.
Totally
That is
fine.
literally the reason.
Is it also because he's the Canadian of the group?
I mean, possibly. I mean, okay, We were a group of 5 because we had Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, I say 5, but
maybe that was it. It was Sin's pastime to pick on him, and then we just had to keep it up. It's a tradition at this point.
Hey, I'm
Nice.
just an onlooker with my nose to the glass. I'm window licking at this point, so I don't know.
It feels weird, like having to actually explain the Pirates of the Geek Vortex to people who are outside.
Okay, I'm 5. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know how it came about because I was fourth party at that point.
I mean, I just know that I was watching Olav's streams, and then one day he asked me to come on for an interview, and before I know it, I'm part of a podcast.
Yeah, like I was playing Second Life with him doing that RP sim, and he had never mentioned he had a YouTube channel or anything. All I knew is that like in the middle of weekly meetings, he'd be like, "Hey, I was doing something." And then finally one day the asshole who ran the sim was like, "Yeah, he runs a weekly YouTube stream." And I was like, "Oh." And then one day like he sends me the link to his channel, and then he's like, "Hey, you want to be on it? Just be on Discord at this time and I'll put you on the channel." I was like, "Wait, the fuck's happening?"
Now, I first knew Olav through the Goth Nights here in Champaign. And, oh gosh, when did I meet... Holy crap, I met him 24 years ago? Damn, okay.
I do like the fact that he did introduction videos, by the way.
Yes.
We should do those on this channel again, but we should make them somewhat cleaner.
Chicken.
No, my introductory video is the longest video on Olav's channel because it's 5 hours and 40 minutes long.
Holy
Gods, I'd forgotten that. I'm trying to remember how long mine was.
I don't know. Because
Nowhere near that long.
I don't know what title he put on yours.
Okay, I'm gonna go look.
Please don't say Olaf the potato.
Nope, it's spelled OLLAMH.
Okay.
Yes.
Productions.
Olav for the word for a healing man and his companions.
Okay. You just don't hear that name often, Olaf. So
Right. Alright, I'm looking at the playlists.
You'd think he'd have an intro video playlist.
He might. There's just so many playlists.
No, he has it under Pirates.
Oh!
Depending on how long ago you joined the Pirates podcast, you're gonna have to go back a while.
Yeah. I want to say... Bloody hell.
Okay, so from what I understand, Pirates ran before with him, Sin, and some other people.
Right.
But it quickly died out, and then we're the revival, and that was only about... I think we've been doing it 3 years now.
That sounds right. Okay, I see some of the Raft Let's Play. One of the Raft Let's Plays. Hang on. This might be before the 3 of us were playing Raft.
I was supposed to say, we only played Raft, I think, twice on stream.
This is from 7 years ago. Damn. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to look up... Okay, it comes on pretty easily. Podcast episodes. Playlists. Okay, season 2, season 3, a live stream podcast. That's a pretty good guess. Some of these are on Gamer's channel.
Is this something that, like, anybody can follow that rabbit hole?
Yes, it is, actually.
Is there a website that they can fall into that you're looking through?
This is all on YouTube.
I am going to link you this site right
Don't
now.
link me, say it to the people that are out there.
It's not a website per se. You're going to YouTube, everyone. And then you are looking for the following channel, all one word, the @ symbol, OLLAMH Productions. I am going to send you the link specifically anyway.
Okay, Rask, come on. You needed to do that in Smarm, and there's so much easier. For those of you who have not followed us from our previous ventures, we are, in fact, part of the podcast known as Pirates of the Geek Vortex, which you can follow on the Olaf Productions channel every Friday night at 10:15 EST, 9:15 Central.
See, how easy was that?
I'm still looking for that video.
Rasclin, you're so pretty.
I've been shaving my legs.
Yeah, you arm shaver.
You
That's
know,
not a compliment,
I
by
can't
the way.
even make fun of him for that because there was one day I got bored and everything from my hairline down was shaved.
So that's a complete manscaping. Good job.
Arms,
That-
legs, back, chest, eyebrows,
That's-
beard.
That's dedication right there.
And I did it with a... what do you call it? Manual razor.
A Gillette 2-blade from the dollar store.
Gillette 5-blade, actually.
Ooh. Bravo. No, seriously, moving up. That's all right. One razor for like your whole entire body.
Mm-hmm. And a shit ton of shave gel.
Dedication. Tenacity. Bravo. All right. Meanwhile, Rasclin is still looking up a YouTube page.
I am. Oh, I'm at the YouTube channel. I'm trying to find a specific video.
Yeah, I
So-
told you. Unless you know what he named it, it is
Uh-huh.
hard as hell to find anything on his channel.
I found yours.
Well, yeah, that's because it's Meeting of the Silver of Tongue.
Yep.
Wait a minute. What's that name again? Silver tongue?
I'm linking it to you directly.
I was being facetious. Silver tongue. I heard tongue. Thank you very much.
Yes, that's my full name, is Caden Silvertongue.
So apparently I have to explain shit in deep detail.
I'm a man on a mission. Now that I have cadence,
Oh my dear Lord, by the grace of the gods, please help me now.
So, Argos, would you like to introduce yourself?
I am me.
Alright, everybody, we need to learn sign language right away.
Well, okay, we did have... me and Rask were talking before we started the stream. We've yet to decide... And this is more of like if you two want to be regulars, but we have yet to decide if we actually want to continue using our aliases on the channel, or if we just want to give up and go by our real names.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm past that. Sorry. Sorry.
for me, I don't care because Rasclin and Andrew Cardinal are so inextricably linked as names. Searching for one on the internet gets you the other.
And for me, I started this channel under my real name. Like, I have videos that have everyone yelling at me in it, so you're gonna hear Mark at some point. So I don't care, I prefer going by Caden online. Actually, it's gotten to the point that people say my name in real life, and I'll hear Mark, and I don't even respond to it.
Well, I wish all y'all would have told me that there's aliases because, ta-da! This is my real name.
Your real name is Nightkind?
Absolutely.
Oh, parents were hippies?
No, actually, and I do get that question a lot. And I, in my job, when my clients come up to me and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Nightkind," and I literally have to say, "Yes, that is my real name." No, my parents are not hippies. I am literally the last of my kind. My dad died. I have been Nightkind for years and years. But when my dad died, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, there's literally nobody else out there. I am it." So, change my name.
Hey,
Legally changed my name.
fair enough.
So, I'm not going to say my last name, but it's in Scots Gaelic. Nobody will ever remember it. Nobody can spell it, but I'm not going to put it out there. But yeah, I just changed my name. So maybe I should have gone with like Thomas or something. Too late now.
Which leaves Argos. Do you want to go by your real name?
I mean, on the one hand, I don't really care. On the other hand, most people know me by this name rather than my actual name anyway.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's days that I don't even bother with your real name.
Okay, fuck the internet. Ugh. I went looking for a specific date of Pirates of the Geek Vortex, and do you know what came up first in the YouTube search?
Vagina dentata.
I don't know the specific date, so no.
Okay, Vagina dentata was pretty close. Several videos on tryptophobia.
Okay.
I told you.
My search stream is literally Pirates of the Geek Vortex streamed live on January 7, 2021.
And then tryptophobia.
And for those out there in listening land that don't have the energy to look that up, Rasclin,
Yes.
would you care to elaborate on what you found? Trypophobia?
The fear of holes. Several different instructional videos as to what it is. I did not need this many people telling me this many things.
Well, there you have it.
See, I feel like every time we say it's the fear of holes, people are going to get the wrong idea. It is specifically the fear of many holes in an irregular pattern. So like
Yes.
a lotus flower or a pomegranate.
Okay, if you want to delve into chaos theory, there is still a pattern.
I mean, there's always a pattern.
So would that trypophobia really? That's a whole nother conversation, because we can talk about this for hours and hours. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so sorry for bringing that up.
Oh no, I like things we can talk about for hours and hours. My problem with the stream right now, I'm getting my confidence back. I want to stream again. The problem I have is that I can't think of topics that I would think people would want to listen to. So like the last stream we did was, again, like it was a 3-hour stream. It was me and Rasclin. But our highest, what do they call it? Our highest simultaneous views was 3, and the average view time was 17 minutes. So you need to find something that catches the attention.
Correct.
Okay, I got something.
We can blame TikTok. I'm just real quick, Rasclin. Unfortunately, TikTok has done that to us. that we now have the attention span of a housefly. 15-second videos, 60-second videos, 10-minute videos, and we're scrolling past. So I completely understand where you're coming from.
The problem I have is that anyone who does 30 to 45-minute videos now is usually either YouTube drama, commentary, reading Reddit posts, or their what is that other one I was talking about? True crime.
Okay, yeah. So finding a topic that people can really grasp onto, but condensing that topic to what? I don't know, an hour? That's a lot of content in a really short time. I don't know, would that gain listeners? Would that gain watcher? I don't know. This is the farthest I've gone into
I've found my video.
Go ahead,
What's
Rasclin.
it titled?
I'm honored that he said this. And you're right, Nightkind, it's absolutely this is our new attention span of the modern world. Instant gratification right now. And now for the most out of context comment from me of the night, before I read off the title, I lasted longer than I thought I would.
Is that what she told you?
3 hours, 3 hours and 22 minutes. The title is A Touch of Professionalism.
That's right, because
Because I'm the radio guy, so...
Yeah, you're the professional of the four of us.
Which is a terrifying thought.
See, that's what he does. Like, there's always a pun. So I always have to think. I was like, alright, what would the pun be if this is his topic? And as far as building an audience, the problem is that it's pretty much a crapshoot. We just have to keep going, and the biggest thing that builds an audience isn't even retention, it's people sharing.
Yep. And Nightkind and I have done commercials for my show, and you've done a few sets on the show. And yeah, it's a matter of get the word out there.
Getting the keywords out there, I think.
True.
But
hashtags are a thing.
But I'm just a nobody here, so don't, and in all honesty, don't take anything I say for serious.
You say you're a nobody here, this is only the second actual long episode we've done.
And you took my online listeners from an average of 12 to an average of about 18. That's literally a 50% increase. And that's online. I don't know how many people are, one, listening to the archives in Spinatron after the fact, and two, how many people started suddenly tuning in on the FM band locally.
Like I told you, you don't have to, there's no ego to stroke. You don't have to placate me. I totally get it. So, back to grabbing listeners. It is what it is. You know, everybody has to put in whatever work that they feel that they need to. How big do you want the YouTube thing to go? Do you want it to go hours? Do you want it to? What's that?
Said honestly, my goal is I would like to be able to support myself with it at least.
I'm right there. I would love to be a makeup artist or a dancer on TikTok, but I don't have either one of those skills. But no, I hear you. I absolutely hear you. So, yeah, do it. Get on it.
So here's the other thing. Well, again, this is things that me and Rask have talked about both on stream and off. Is we don't know the direction that we want to take it. And I say we, it's my channel, and Ras hasn't actually agreed to do anything other than just a couple episodes of Howling. And this is mostly because we were going to do Pirates tonight, and, Olaf was like, hey, I've got other things to do. And we're like, hey, we'll just do it over on this channel. As far as the channel goes, I haven't picked if I want to do straight streaming or if I want to continue with my old plan, which was have the streaming on one certain day and then have pre-recorded and topic videos for the rest of the week. Because that is a hell of a lot of work to do with one person.
It absolutely is, but no, it's none of my business. I'm sorry. That's not right of me. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, we can absolutely talk about it.
It's not my place. This is not my. I'm just a guest rambler here. That's all.
That's all of us.
Yeah, I was about to
I'm
say,
here-
if you want to be, you can be a permanent part of this channel. I've got no problem.
I'm just
with that.
rambling. I'm here to give Argos a bad time. That's my job.
If you say so.
I was born for this job, Argos. Come on.
Apparently.
Like,
Yeah,
I can do-
out of the trees and womb in order to be my personal spite demon.
Well, yeah, that's.
I mean, I would argue that you already have several personal spite demons.
I do, actually.
At least 2 of them blood related.
I wasn't even counting those.
So I'm just looking at how Olaf bookmarked his interview with me, and I'm like, the bookmarks stop more than within the first half, but they're just kind of on the funny side.
Mm-hmm.
There are just 5 of them: Blood Elves, Shadowrun Returns, Red Dwarf, Vin Diesel, and Imperials or Stormcloaks.
I don't even know if he bothered bookmarking mine.
Uh,
I doubt it, because I don't think we stayed on topic long enough.
You were the week before me. Wow, New Year's Eve. Two and a half years ago, and yeah, no bookmarks here.
Thought so. Because, like I said, it's 5 hours, and we mostly just rambled.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I
It's
just
all
scared
good.
the shit out of the dogs. No, I just scared the shit out of the dogs.
What scared them?
Me moving my coffee table. Since my house is so tiny, my coffee table is literally 2 foot square, but it's a lift top coffee table on casters. So I scooch out my coffee table and I scare the shit out of all the dogs. TMI, I know.
So I think maybe this is... How long have we been going on now?
Almost 15 minutes short of 4 hours.
Holy
Yeah, so
moly.
since we've been going for more than 4 hours, maybe this is a good time for us to cut the stream.
Yeah.
And we can discuss things if we want, or maybe just go to bed, which sounds good.
No, I concur. It's been a long stream.
Aye.
So I think it's time to cut it. So thank you everyone for joining us. Once again, we now have the Discord open. The link is in the description. Should work. I know that it's the same one that I sent earlier to Rasclin to invite Nightkind, which didn't, but I think I sorted that out. So it should
Yes.
work.
Yes.
Yes, and hopefully we will see you there. And we will see if this becomes a regular thing, or if we're just going to alternate nights with pirates. That is probably something we should discuss with Olaf.
Indeed, and I think everyone should know one thing real quick. Today is the 13th. Today is Friday the 13th. It could have been worse.
It is
But-
Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right.
It's
It's
Saturday the 14th.
No, it's Saturday the 13th.
Yes.
Brain, no brain. But okay, but the reason I think I'm bringing this up is 2 weeks from tonight, last night, on the 26th, it will be game night over on Pirates.
Indeed. Please come join us.
Yes.
Enjoy the chaos. Make more chaos.
Make everyone blush during both Fibbage and Quiplash.
Try and beat me and Rask when we get into a bad mood.
Well, Caden, thank you very much. Thank you, Rasclin, for allowing me to talk about nothing that I know about and to ramble. I appreciate that. Argos, thank you for your research time. I really appreciate that.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Argost and Nightkind, for joining us. Anytime you guys want to come back, you are more than welcome.
Noted.
Talk to the 6 people that are listening because they may not be like, oh, yeah, no.
And yes,
That
thank
night.
you everyone for listening and joining us. And you know the drill. This is the point in the video where we're about to sign off, so we all have to say, hey, like and subscribe, and if you want more, tell us. Please leave a comment below because that helps us with the algorithm. And other than that, I think it's time for Rasclin to do his sign off.
Tomorrow night, Over the Edge at 10 p.m. Central on Community Radio for East Central Illinois, 90.1 FM, WEFT Champaign. Streaming online at new.weft.org/listen.
All right, do you two have any goodbyes you want to say?
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, bye everybody.
All right, thank you.
I don't.